Podcast on here, and then we're gonna get going. A little bit of wiper fluid on here. No, that's not true. I do need to call my tire place and get sensors done, but I can't today just because I'm working all day. If I have time after, should be able to. Also, I'm hoping my data's going to work here. Because my dial-up satellite might not work, but we can try anyway. Dial-up satellite. Come on, Starlink. It's either you or my data hotspot. Both of them suck dog shit. But, you know. Alright, fine, we're gonna try this one then. Go back to our hotspot. No, hotspot. Oh, let's turn you off. Then turn you on. And then do the hotspot. Damn it. Turn it on. That's the thing. Turn it on. You know the password. Don't be telling me you don't know it. Satellite. Yeah, there we go. It has to wait till we stop before it starts going. So we'll stop and then it'll start playing because it disables anything above 10 miles an hour. So. Always using my brakes, holy shit. God damn. Now we're almost fully charged, but I don't have to use my brakes. Holy moly. Is nothing gonna work? Can we not get any type of show on here? Like, what the heck? We can't get Starlink, we can't get fucking Xfinity. Can we get anything? Just want to listen to something? Damn. Holy shit. Just that bad. shit. It's never been like this. Podcast. No shit. The waveform. Let's say this one will just. Switch. Yeah, we have to do that?
It brings
no
everything
way.
into one place, your domain,
Data,
website,
what are you doing?
Email marketing, AI tools, and AI agents. You can create websites, online stores, and custom apps with simple prompts. Then use AI agents to automate tedious tasks and grow your business. Go to
Get a $75 sponsored job credit
Holy
at
crap.
Indeed.com/podcast. Terms and conditions apply.
Car could just be having a bad
I was
day.
watching a Skill the Universe video recently. That's all I'll say.
I wonder what Marquez is doing right now. We could take a guess.
I closed my weather app and opened YouTube. Watch Skill the Universe
Left
video.
ear Scale of the Universe video, right ear weather podcast.
Yo, what is up, people of the internet? Welcome back to another episode of the Waveform Podcast. We're your hosts. I'm Marquez.
I'm Andrew.
And
Oh, never mind.
yeah,
I'm not.
no, you're definitely not Andrew.
Yeah, he had another child.
Yeah.
Sorry, did I bury the lead there?
Yeah, just definitely jumped straight to the top story. So yeah, if you're watching on video, you probably already noticed Andrew is not here with us this week. And that's because he is having another baby. And actually, we were in the middle of recording a bonus podcast episode when he got the call that he had to go leave and have that baby.
Yeah.
So get subscribed to see that. I don't know how we're going to cut that into the video, but it's going to be in there.
I'm currently editing.
You just like,
even cut it, man.
just bleep, but just like zoom in on Andrew's face, like, yeah, no, I gotta go have a baby now. And he just leaves. It's great. So shout out to him. The baby's healthy. Everything's going super well. But we also have a ton to talk about this week because for whatever reason, all of the companies decided to do all the things, and it's not even Wednesday yet.
It's Tuesday. It's crazy.
We're recording on Tuesday.
I appreciate it, guys.
So we got to talk about Google potentially bringing RGB light bar back to Pixel devices, which would be sick.
Yep.
Motorola suing some influencers in India.
Uh-oh.
It's a story.
That's bad.
And then Apple new CEO, a couple other things like that. So yeah,
Small stories.
I think make sure you get subscribed. Make sure you're rating us highly or however you think of us on your podcast player of choice, because that does a lot for us and helps us get the news out and talk about stuff to a bigger audience. So
we can be
appreciate
big
y'all.
in your country.
Yeah,
On your podcast player of choice.
exactly.
Yeah. Well, we do this, did they even test this thing every single week?
Yep.
I had 2 last week, so I saved one for this week. And I think that this is probably present in many different apps. You've probably experienced this. But I was noticing I was making a partyful event because no one in history has yet used the Apple Invites app. So I was doing the partyful event. And at the very last stage of making your partyful event, when you're just about to send it out, it has a little like default text message that it sends to everybody that, hey, David's inviting you to this thing.
Yeah.
But it's like, do you want to modify it and make it custom? And I was like, obviously, yes. I don't want to be, like everybody else. So you write your stuff in it, but when you write your stuff, your keyboard comes up. There's no way to get rid of the keyboard. There's no back button, and there's no like the next button, the publish button is underneath your keyboard.
This is an iOS bug, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've tried it on multiple iPhones. It persists. And I've had this happen in multiple different apps, but I just think it's funny that there's not even a back button and you can't swipe back to get to the last page. So you have to fully close the app,
Yeah.
reopen it, and then modify it again. And eventually I just gave up and I was like, I guess the default text is just going out.
Is that why everyone sends the default?
I guess so.
It's weird. I feel like I want to half blame this on Partyful, but also half on iOS, because on Android there's just a button to close your keyboard on the keyboard.
Which is smart.
But also most iOS apps don't have this problem, so it's half an iOS problem, but also half the developer not just making it above the keyboard.
Yeah.
So both of you,
Yeah.
fix that.
Make the next button in the top right so that you don't have to worry about this, and also make a back button in the top left.
You know who has a lot of free time in his hands now to fix little things like this?
Adam Molina.
No.
Tim Cook.
Tim Cook.
Tim Cook doesn't use this stuff.
Yeah.
We'll talk about more. Actually, let's just talk about it now. Apple CEO Tim Cook
Tim Cook. He cooked.
has announced that he is stepping down in September, and he will be moving to the board chairman of the board. He will be succeeded as CEO by John Turnus. We all kind of have been reading that this is going to happen at some point. Everyone keeps asking, Tim Cook, what's your legacy going to be when you leave? And he's like, I ain't going anywhere.
Yeah.
And then, boom, it's now announced and official.
Even a month ago, he said, I have no plans on retiring anytime soon.
They do the Apple thing where they're like, I cannot speak about future products or events.
Boom.
And then it just happens. And we're like, you knew the whole time.
Yeah.
So many thoughts. I do plan on putting together a video, but this is a good sounding board. I want to fire some thoughts at you guys and see what you think. So first of all, Tim Cook's career at Apple, pretty goated as a company.
Pretty
like
insane.
just as far as like people invest in Apple, they went from a sub $500 billion or sub $500 billion company to a $1 trillion to a $2 trillion to a $3 to a $4 trillion company.
It's crazy.
This guy is good at steering that ship, supply chain wizard, shipping tons of products, creating tons of revenue, lots of services. So if you want to analyze Apple post Steve Jobs era as a company, they were a very successful company under Tim Cook. Very hard to succeed Steve Jobs, but he did that. But people are excited for John Turnus as CEO of Apple because John Turnus was the senior VP of hardware engineering. Mm-hmm. And I've talked to him about hardware many times. He is a product guy. Like he's into making good hardware, which is really exciting. You might have also watched the Tim Cook interview where I asked him about products, and it became very clear that he is not thinking about that stuff as often.
The magic mouse.
Yeah. You can see the gears turning in his head.
Yeah.
Trying to remember, first of all, what is a magic mouse?
Yes, absolutely.
And then second of all, what do I say about a mouse?
Yeah.
And the word he came up with was ergonomics. Nothing against Tim Cook.
Possible thing.
Yeah, like that's not it. Like it was kind of a meme. But so nothing against Tim Cook. Like he has his leadership style. It was very successful. But you could also kind of see the influence of, you know, Johnny Ive leaving and like the sort of new design language of Apple products. I think the MacBook Pro is a really good example of the design language at Apple changing.
Yeah.
Going from being super thin and sleek, too thin for its own good and thermal throttling, and keyboard issues because of the butterfly switches, all this stuff, and now being like thicker, having real ports, being super powerful, and Apple Silicon, you know, coming up and being super important. So a lot of good stuff happened under Tim Cook, but now I think it's even more exciting for product focus.
For sure. Yeah, we haven't really had a product CEO at Apple since Steve Jobs, which, I mean, it was only Tim Cook in between. So there's that. But Steve Jobs made a lot of interesting, weird stuff. And I think it would be cool to have more interesting, weird stuff. We had Vision Pro.
Yeah.
They possibly committed a little too hard to Vision Pro because Apple doesn't like to ship anything that it doesn't think is going to be a hit.
I've been thinking about this a lot. And like the companies that we cover, we talk about Google a lot. We talk about, you know, Samsung a lot here in the US. There's a lot of companies who ship a lot of products and famously kill them. Like the Google graveyard is immense. And these companies kill products for various reasons. Maybe they're just not scaling well. Maybe they're a total failure. No one used them. Maybe they're a negative impact on a company, whatever. But they kill products all the time. When Apple kills a product once in a while, it's like this huge deal. Yeah. Even when they only kill like a wireless charging pad that we're going to make. Yeah. It becomes kind of lore.
Which they don't acknowledge until like years later.
Yeah, they're like ashamed of any little failure that they've had where they announced something and it didn't work. Apple Intelligence is the latest massive, embarrassing failure. Yeah. So Apple doesn't really make that many things. And I was thinking about this analogy. I'm going to throw it off to you guys and see how it hits your ear. Samsung and Google are like YouTubers that upload every day. They're like daily vloggers. Yeah. They'll throw out a new thing. If it works, great. They'll throw out another thing the next day, and another thing the next day, and another thing. And you can never really get too hung up on if one of the things fails. And if something scales and does super well, great. We might do a follow-up of that. We might do it again the next year. But they're kind of just uploading all the time. Apple is like the YouTuber that uploads every 6 months.
Michael Reeves.
Or every 4 months, right?
Yeah. Just like every couple months and just straight bangers.
And it's fine. It's usually bangers. They clearly spend a lot and like really commit a lot of the company and a lot of the future to it, and they have future plans, and they're like, this is a huge commitment, blah, blah, blah. And they use Apple language too. Like, this is revolutionary for us. This is a massive deal. And so when one of them doesn't quite hit, you can't hide because the next thing is months away, and you did just talk pretty grandly about it, so it's kind of like a little bit embarrassing because so that's why I think they don't try as many different things that I want them to. I wish Apple made a camera, a printer, a whole bunch of other random stuff that they don't make, like HomePod with a screen.
Yeah,
It's valid.
for sure. Yeah, it's like the weight of your expectations. I think Christopher Nolan could maybe be a good analogy for Apple, because it takes a really long time for them to come out with a new thing. When they do, they try really hard to have some revolutionary, innovative thing. They're almost always bangers, but there's always a movie like Tenet that you're like, what is this for? Who is this for?
Shut the f*** up.
I haven't seen it, but
10 fucking rules and you know it.
I haven't actually seen it. But that's the vision.
but it's not Interstellar. It's just not.
No, I mean, Interstellar's like the iPhone.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Tenet is the Vision Pro. Most people don't understand it.
Yeah, that's good. And some people never try it and have just heard bad things about it, and they're like, why would I spend the money?
Like me. Yeah. So, yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's interesting because I don't necessarily foresee Apple shifting to trying a lot of new stuff again. It's it's the weight of your expectations. And because Apple has only shipped bangers generally, you know, there have been some weird things here and there, people scrutinize the hell out of them when they don't ship good stuff.
This shit pisses me off. He's got full of rocks in the back of his thing. Obviously, they come out when you start to get to highway speeds, and he doesn't have the fucking cover on. The cover's right there. You could have put the cover on, buddy. Because now if a rock hits my windshield, I gotta get this guy chased down for it. Like the fuck?
And there are like a million iPhones now. Like, I was kind of thinking about this. They didn't necessarily expand into a ton of new product categories, but the products that they do have, they have sort of decided to fill that every price point thing.
Oh,
that,
yeah.
like Samsung does.
It's so safe.
Yeah, it's very safe.
Yeah. Instead of making a folding phone and a flat folding phone and then a skinny phone and then a flipping phone like Samsung, they're just like, here's the iPhone and here's the other iPhone.
Yeah.
And the other iPhone and the other iPhone.
Yeah.
And that's Tim Cook's version of a variety of products.
And one could argue that there are almost too many SKUs of all of these.
I think that's a fair argument.
I kind of think we have too many.
Yeah.
I don't think that the iPhone, what is the cheap one now? What is it called?
Well, there's the 17E, and then there's the base iPhone, and then there's the Air now, and then there's the Pro, and then there's the Pro Max, and there's the iPad, and then there's the iPad Air, and then there's the iPad Pro, and then there's the MacBooks that kind of like start. The price ladder is real, and they do make a lot of money selling a lot of stuff, but it doesn't feel like a real variety.
Yeah, there was a really good Snazzy Q video a few weeks ago about how the Neo kind of destroyed the MacBook Air.
I like that, yeah.
Because, you know, the Air, when it originally launched, was that manila folder, like, it was breaking barriers, like, thing. And now it's, you know, it's thin-ish, but it's not insanely thin, and it's good, and it's got a bigger screen, but it's, like, more expensive in a weird way. And at this point, I think they need to lean into Turnus's hardware engineering background to actually, like, if they're not going to expand into new product categories again, I would like to see them reinvent their current product categories they have. Make the Air, like, insane again. You know what I mean? And it's surprising that when the M chip revolution happened, they didn't actually take that opportunity to, you know, make the Johnny Ive era of everything being omega thin just like, oh, a normal computer, but it's omega thin.
Yeah.
I'm glad that they went the thick boy MacBook Pro route because we're power users and we like to have that extra headroom. But, you know, they have an opportunity now to make the MacBook Air super, super, super thin and still faster than the Neo.
Yeah. There are so many, and this is as a product reviewer, you see a lot of this. There's so many products from Apple that shipped in the last couple, like 10 years, that are simply the same product with a new chip, or like shuffling parts around the same couple of things.
Yeah.
So you review, and you see a lot of this language from Apple because they kind of also in press land like pretend other companies don't exist a lot of times.
Yeah.
So they'll say, this is our new product. It has this from our other product and this other thing from our other product, and now it's the new thing, even though it's using old things.
Right.
Okay, iPhone 17e, they'll just go, it's the screen from this old iPhone, and the chip from this other iPhone, and the camera from this other iPhone.
Yeah.
And now it's a new phone.
Parts bit phone.
And that's Tim Cook genius at work.
Yeah, that's supply chain.
We are, you know, supply chain maxing right now. That is what they do. So, yeah, now they're a $4 trillion company. A little bit uninspiring, I think. They do have big swings every once in a while, but I'm excited for a little bit more variety potentially.
Yeah, should we just, some people were also saying, like, now that Tim Cook is just sort of the chairman of the board, he can go do all the political things, right? Because it was always kind of weird to have him being the CEO and also having to deal with, like, the administration and all the stuff like that. Now the CEO of Apple can just focus on running Apple, and Tim Cook, because he's still sort of affiliated with the company, can go deal with all the politics.
Yeah, that's what I'm curious about, what the job actually is, because I didn't really get to ask Tim that, but I kind of just want to ask, like, what is running Apple like? Like, is John Turnus's job going to become way less input on new hardware and ideas and way more running Apple? Because that is part of the job. You got to do a lot of that sort of stuff. So I'm curious about that.
Yeah, Johnny Sarugi is taking over as head of hardware. He was the guy that, he's always in the labs in the video talking about the M chip.
Yeah, surrounded by Mac Pros.
Yeah.
And Pro Display XDRs.
Yeah, which the Mac Pros are. What are they going to do now with the Mac Pros gone?
This is going to be Mac Studios.
Yeah, they look so much more impressive.
I know. They really do. They're great background video props.
Yes, they are, because they look really cool. But he's taking over as head of hardware, which is really interesting because, you know, he's great at making chips. Obviously, that's his thing. Mm-hmm. But the question is, like, do his hardware chops match up, you know?
Yeah.
That's going to be really interesting to see.
Are there products that you wished Apple would make that maybe they have a better chance of making now that it's someone who's in charge of hardware?
I mean, I would love a camera.
Same.
They're not going to do it probably because I think that the camera market, like, I think Canon makes most of its money on their super, super cheap cameras, right? Like, the prosumer market for cameras is not that big.
Interesting.
And Apple, I believe, still uses Sony for its sensors.
Yeah.
Apple has the, you know, they seem like the company that could start making their own sensors.
That would be sick.
Yeah.
That would be sick.
I mean, putting their DRAM directly on the chip and making it go straight to the camera and being
doing computational photography on a large sensor scale size. That could be interesting.
An A18 might have enough juice to be like a pretty sick image processing engine.
Oh, it already is.
Yeah.
It already is.
But, you know, add way more pixels and way more lines.
But could it do you think it's powerful enough to function on like an APS-C sized sensor?
Probably, yes.
Okay.
If you dedicated the entire chip to image processing, I think
that's what I'm saying. They could definitely got enough A18s around.
But even just to make the iPhone camera better, you know what I mean? I mean, they probably have like a relatively deep level of integration based on, you know, how early they get the chips from Sony and what they talk to them about and what they want them to build it on. Mm-hmm. But I would like to see deeper integration of that. And then maybe they could make another camera. Because remember, they did make a camera that was made by Fujifilm.
It was cool.
Yeah, it was a Fujifilm camera that was Apple branded.
I was going to say, they're never going to make a camera because they would just tell you that they make a camera already. Just
yeah, that's true. That is
not
a big enough market either.
I was watching the AirPods Max 2 came out, and there's reviews out there now, and it's basically like, they're the same. Yeah. And I'm like, this is such a Tim Cook thing. Like, they're just reusing. They have all these H2 chips, ship them. Like, it's the same product over and over. And I'm like, why? Like, what would convince Apple to actually spend interesting money developing? most? Like, what would convince Apple to make good AirPods Max?
Competition.
Competition
There's
feels
a lot
like
of competition.
it's out there now. Like, it's not necessarily all.
We are pausing next. I do want to listen to some tunes. I'm just hoping we can get some data on here because I don't want to be using my phone. Let's do hotspot on. Good. It says I've used. Yes, I'm looking straight. Fuck you! Do that shit to me, fucking Tesla. I have mobile data. The fact you just turn it off on me. No, you need a new song now that you fucking did that to me. I need new music on here is what I need. Gah! You bitch. Off and then we'll turn it on. Just like, what the heck are you on about? Turn it on. I'm gonna do a soft reset when I park, and that's what's probably gonna fix it, because I don't know what the heck is up with this. Yeah, when I get there, I'm gonna do a soft reset. For now, I'm just gonna deal without fucking Wi-Fi and data, I guess. Listen to our podcast.
Like, it's not necessarily all what would convince Apple.
Too is we have Bluetooth music on here right now and it just doesn't want to do it. There we go.
Weird case thing, but their battery life's not competitive, but their sound quality is decently competitive, but the integration with the iPhone has always been the thing that's not, you can't really compete with it. It's weird.
Their walled garden allows them to not really have competition. Even if there are other headphones that are sound just as good, have just as good connectivity, you know, battery life lasts just as long, the integration is always going to be them only, and so you can't really compete with that.
Yeah.
At the end of the day.
I just feel like if I worked at Apple hardware and I was like, you know, chomping at the bit or whatever it's called to like make real improvements to AirPods Max, and then the order comes down from Tim Cook and he's like, same design, same case, same everything.
Yeah.
Just throw the H2 chip in there and call it a day. We're going to ship millions of these. And we're like, dang, I really want to do something interesting.
Yeah.
I feel like maybe that's the door that can be opened by this.
Could be.
Maybe.
It's safe to keep shipping the same thing over and over again.
Yeah.
I mean, there's some crazy statistic about like AirPods Pro and how they would be like one of the top 15 companies in the world or something if they were just a company.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know. I personally think that we're over-indexing a little bit on his decision-making when it comes to hardware design and stuff like that. I think Apple is probably a complex enough organization that these decisions mostly get made by like the middle managers, and he just approves things.
Yeah.
He just signs things. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Some of my earliest CEO interviews, when I actually got answers from them, I would ask them like what that's like being a CEO, and it's like, honestly, most of the decisions don't get to you, and if they do, they are the hardest decisions that had to be passed up the chain.
Yeah.
Where it's like, decisions about the future of the company, or like really difficult technical and moral decisions about what products they should do.
Yeah.
Where if it's just, hey, there's a simple update for AirPods Max out there, we can just like take that market share and keep going. Should we do it? That doesn't even really make it to him.
No.
And that's how you end up with him going, we make a Magic Mouse?
Yeah.
Oh,
What is that?
It's like, what is that?
Am I the only one thinking not a lot is going to change?
No, that's what I mean. Yeah.
There's very much like, as a $4 trillion company, you are 1,000% like a huge boat with many small oars, and no one person is going to steer the whole boat in a totally new direction.
Yeah.
It's very fair to assume that this is going to be a smooth handover with minimal risk to investors and minimal changes in almost everything.
We're not talking about Allbirds over here, okay?
That's the opposite. That's the opposite.
Yeah.
So I think, I don't even know what the stock price is doing, but I'm sure investors are like, oh, how is this going to go?
I'm sure Tim Cook is also going to give a ton of guidance about supply chain stuff. Like, he's still going to be involved.
He's still got to do Tim Cook things.
Speaking of Tim Cook things, I pulled some quotes from their PR release that I just found interesting. Mainly, Apple Services has been a major force.
We didn't even talk about services.
Yeah, Apple Services has been a major focus area of Cook's, and during his tenure, the category has grown to become a more than $100 billion business, the equivalent of a Fortune 40 company.
Yeah.
Just the services. That's insane.
That's Tim Cook.
That's 30% of every tap you do on the iPhone.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I mean, it makes sense. Yeah, we didn't even talk about the services. He really did grow all of those monthly ecosystem services. It's crazy. I wonder, I think Fitness Plus might get reduced soon, to be honest, because they put a lot of money into that, and that seems to be one of their weakest services. Yeah. Apple TV Plus also spends way too much money, but I think that they like kind of being the new HBO, so that's probably fine.
You know what I also think about a lot randomly? There's a lot of companies they could acquire.
Yeah.
To just like a Peloton or like a random like fitness related company that could really boost their quality of product, but they never seem to do it.
Yeah.
And that's another thing. I don't know if that's going to change at all.
I feel like they don't want to do that because they don't want to dilute their own brand. It's kind of risky to do that when Apple already has such a like really, really good identity. And if Peloton gets in trouble for doing something Peloton-y, because they always have, then Apple gets the flack for it. And doing that to Beats was like the last time they did something like that, which was a long time ago.
Yeah, that was a long time ago. I guess I just mean like if they have a really weak product offering, like people are talking about this with AI, but just if they have a weak product and there's a company that's way smaller but that's doing a lot of really good stuff that they're not doing, they can copy some of it. They can like make their own version of it that ties into the iPhone or whatever. But I always think of them as the iPhone company. And if they ever wanted to like quickly expand and make a whole bunch of way better things, maybe that's a route. But they never seem to do it.
They never seem to do it. I mean, because when you think about it, it's like, what could they really expand? Like, you asked me the question, what product would they make if I could wave a magic wand? What would you want them to make? Because I don't really know of a lot of products.
Alarm clock.
Like just a dedicated alarm clock.
Yeah,
They'd say your phone's an alarm clock.
I know, but I think the idea that like instead of expanding into more services, they expand into more hardware peripherals. It's like,
you think they do that?
No,
but that's kind of what I'm.
It's what you want.
That's what I want.
Yeah, and it's what I think someone like Turnus would be positioned to do. But I think you're right that like anything they do dilutes the power of the iPhone.
Yeah, totally.
So
it's the everything device.
Also, it's funny to think of them as the iPhone company because I think there's an argument to be made that Apple is actually an earbud company that just happens to make watches as well.
Well, both of those companies are just accessories to the iPhone.
I know, but like you could make the argument that like while the iPhone is like a game-changing thing, it still is not like global market share. Whereas the best-selling audio product and the best-selling watch of all time are both Apple products.
Yeah, true. But both of those markets combined are like a fraction of the size of the smartphone market.
Yeah, and the Apple Watch only works on the iPhone, so you need
like
to
by definition
sell an iPhone to sell an Apple Watch.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it's like they obviously had a ton of success with the iPhone, and they will never ship something that steps on the feet of the iPhone.
Rerouting to save 1 minute.
But every time they do ship something new,
that's cool.
Their first move is to make it the one that works best with the iPhone.
Yeah.
So that if you have an iPhone, you are more likely to get this one than any competition. That's true about their headphones. That's true about their, the way that Macs and the iPads talk to the iPhone and the iCloud and all this stuff. Everything is a part of this ecosystem, and that's their strategy number one.
I want to see a return of the HomePod and more form factors for the HomePod. I want to see them properly compete with Sonos. You can wire that all over your house. feel like that's the next step for them. Yeah.
A TV. Everyone thought they were going to make a TV for a while. They never did that.
And then they just made the Apple TV, which is a TV, you know.
Yeah. But what if, I mean,
They make the Apple TV, Apple TV,
And Apple TV.
and Apple TV Plus.
Yeah. No, not Plus anymore. They killed the Plus.
Just Apple TV.
Yeah, it's all Apple TV.
So you can watch Yo Dog.
Heard you like Apple TV?
So you can watch Apple TV on your Apple TV. Well, you Apple TV.
I think I got that trivia question from a tweet that was like, Apple makes 3 products called Apple TV. None of them are TVs.
Yeah.
Steve Jobs would lose his mind.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they, there's lots of things that I'm curious if they're going to start to jump into or like dip their feet into, and we'll see.
Yeah, well, I hope that John Turnus says good morning very loudly. That's the
He's got to have a new intro. There's no way you can. That's like a rapper's signature line.
That's true.
Bienvenidos.
You can't take his bar.
What is up?
You need a new bar.
Yeah.
He did. I forgot what he said when he did the MacBook Neo event.
Neo.
Did he say? What did he say? I don't remember.
That wasn't streamed, so.
It wasn't streamed, so I don't actually remember what he said because I didn't take video of it.
Did he say hi, everyone?
Probably
Or something like that.
That sounds like it sounds like what he said.
What are the odds he gets on stage and goes, "What's up?"
And he did.
Not zero. There's definitely a Polymarket link somewhere.
Yeah, so he
yeah.
takes over in September. So
Good thing Apple does nothing in September.
I'm curious what happens at Dub Dub. Is it going to be Tim that comes on stage again? Probably.
I don't think Tim has he come on stage.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
He comes before the video starts.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah.
Doesn't he open Dub Dub?
Yeah, he comes. So what happens? Yeah, in real life.
I thought they always Dub Dub. The video thing always starts with Tim on the roof or something.
Yes, it does. But
So-
also he comes out in person.
Yeah, so what happens is when you go to WWDC in person, everyone's sitting in the same space and looking at the same screen, and they actually have someone come out on stage, usually Tim Cook or Craig Federighi because it's Dub Dub, and they come, sometimes both, and they come out and they say, "Welcome to WWDC, so happy to have you all here." They'll say like 1 or 2 generic lines, and then they'll walk off stage into the front row, and then they'll start playing the video that everyone sees on the stream. And then it's Tim Cook and him again on the screen.
Yeah.
So lately, the MacBook Neo event, they had, the announcement videos and everything, but no Tim Cook to be found anywhere. It was just John Turnus on stage, and I think 1 or 2 executives with him, but he was clearly like the welcome everyone to the thing that I'm showing you person.
Testbed.
So yeah, that happened once. That'll probably happen again in September. I believe Dub Dub. Well, yeah, I don't know.
I think there would be a lot of hype if he came out.
If John, I think that's probably what they'll do.
I think that's probably what they'll do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Might as well
Dub
get
is like
started.
a software thing.
It is, but you're kind of like he kind of sets the tone of like welcome to the thing, and then passes it to the software people.
Yeah.
So you're saying John Turnus will come out, or Tim Cook will
John
come
Turnus.
out?
I think John Turnus will come out as I'm about to be the CEO.
Yeah.
And I think Tim Cook has done his last keynote.
Really? That's what I was going to ask. So you think like we're not going to get one more Tim Cook good morning?
I think we're gonna get some sort of like cheeky little thing. Like Tim Cook is gonna come out and like airdrop the CEO position to John Turnus.
That's
or something
actually-
like that.
I could see that. Yeah.
That's probably.
That'd be funny.
Yeah. So maybe Dub Dub is the last Tim Cook and the first John Turnus.
He's gonna send him an Apple events invite to become CEO.
He's going to be in a meeting with HR on his calendar.
I wonder if they'll put that in the Dub Dub intro video this year, because that everyone's gonna like
Some Easter egg.
fill out. People are gonna be so excited about
Yeah.
the whole thing. It's kind of great. This is a cult.
You know what's funny? The amount of people who are like, what about Craig? Why isn't he the CEO? Because he's the one who's like the most charismatic on camera. He's still in charge of all the software.
Yeah.
So that's not
Got Falcon
new.
here.
You just got to pick somebody.
Yeah, I'm glad. I mean, hopefully he reverses course with Liquid S. So. Well, Tim Cook might have had his events that he was going to keynote set to 0, but you know what else? You can now set to 0.
What?
YouTube Shorts on your phone.
What?
Yeah.
I still watch shorts.
On your phone?
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
This is what confused me about this, because shorts are made for the phone, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Vertical video, TikTok, Instagram Reels, YouTube Shorts, all of this stuff is vertical because it's on your phone.
Yeah.
They won't give us this feature on TVs or desktop.
Yeah.
So Shorts is still available on YouTube desktop, right? Like if you're on a computer, you go to YouTube, you'll still get Shorts there.
For sure.
But I have the option on my phone, which
So-
is what it was made for,
Yeah.
to turn it to 0.
Does
that
it
makes
not
no sense to me.
percolate across all your devices?
Oh.
I imagine the settings
That's a
on the
good
phone,
point.
and then but I updated my app this morning, and I still didn't have the option to set it to 0.
Oh, I have the option to set it to 0. So maybe I'll do that and see if it populates.
See if it
across.
populates on your device, on your laptop. But yeah, so previously, there was a shorts time limit, and I'm guessing this is sort of like a parental thing where parents could make sure that their kids were not just like brain dumping on shorts all day.
Yeah.
And the options were in 15-minute increments, and it could be 15 minutes, 30 minutes, 45 minutes, an hour.
That's the verb for it, by the way. Brain dumping.
Brain dumping.
Yeah.
Brain maxing. And now, apparently, you can set it to 0. Again, I still didn't have this option. But I really wish that more social media apps would give you this option. Because, like I've said, sometimes Instagram really sucks me in for 45 minutes.
Never gonna. Well, Instagram leans on Reels, and TikTok obviously is TikTok. So I feel like this is something.
TikTok, dude.
This feels like how it should be, though. Like, I don't mind having shorts and reels on my phone, whatever.
If you have the option.
If I have the option to go to it. I don't like being served it.
But it affects their bottom line.
Yeah,
That's
I
the
don't care.
You don't.
I guess it's too big of a bottom
user.
line. Yeah, for YouTube it's a fraction of their bottom line.
Right.
For Instagram and for TikTok it's too much of their bottom line to give you that option.
It's surprising to me that YouTube is even allowing this in the first place.
a little flex.
Yeah, kind of.
I like it.
We're healthier.
Yeah.
So, yeah, kind of weird.
And then you get sucked into long form.
Yeah. Speaking of something disappearing, nice. Good shorts disappeared for some people if you want. Nothing. We kind of missed the story last week because it happened like during the podcast episode last week while we were recording.
Yeah, but it also didn't happen.
It's Schrodinger's airdrop clone. Nothing last week released an airdrop competitor called Warp for a few hours. It was gone like 3 hours after they released it. They deleted all traces of it from social media. Android Authority got a statement from them asking why they deleted it, and Nothing said, "Our product team has temporarily removed the Nothing Warp file sharing application to make necessary improvements based on early user feedback and technical evaluations.
That was quick.
This is not a permanent removal, but rather a strategic pause to enhance the product's performance and ensure it meets our high-quality standards."
So normally that's just a software update. So there's more reasons why they had to remove it.
Yes.
I hear this is a security nightmare, so we pulled it.
Either legal or security or both.
Legal or security. The site Cyber News was speculating that it was extremely close to an open source tool that was already available, and it looked almost identical.
That's funny.
So it's possible that they just kind of took the open source tool and released it as their own thing, and then they got blowback from it. I'm guessing it's more of a security thing. Apparently the way that this worked was that it would upload the file to Google Drive, send it to the other person, auto-download it, and then when it finished downloading, it would delete it off the Google Drive.
That's crazy.
Which is really weird.
It's really funny, actually.
It's possible Google just didn't, like, this violates their terms of service or something for Google Drive. I'm not sure.
I'm thinking, wouldn't that mean that there has to be some sort of automation to automatically delete something from a user's Google Drive?
Yeah.
Which doesn't sound like Google would be okay with that.
No.
No, I think no, because you can delete stuff off of your Google Drive with the Google Drive API. Like I built tools that do that. I think it's more like I don't think you can build a commercial service that piggybacks Google Drive. I think that's
Maybe that's why. I mean, it's interesting that they even gave the statement and that they said it is a temporary pause, but it could be an indefinite pause.
Could come back, could not.
Yeah.
TBD.
I like how this is now a thing. Like, it seems like everyone has an airdrop
100%
kind of thing.
There's a phone that will, embargo will be out by the time we talk about this. Oppo's phone, but this is also not just this phone, where there's like a 7 or 8 page section of their review guide, which is just clones of Apple features, where they'll be like, install this Oppo app on your Mac, and then you'll be able to use AirDrop on your Oppo phone. And install this Oppo app on your Mac, and you'll be able to mirror your Oppo phone on your Mac. Like they are selectively going in and picking Apple ecosystem features and then making a companion app that lets you have a version of that, so that if you are in Apple's ecosystem, you can still use Oppo's phone.
Didn't they make some sort of workaround where you can also use your Apple Watch on that?
Yes, that's another one. Yeah. So you have a specific app on your phone, and then I don't even think you need an iPhone. I think you get the Apple Watch, and then it can work with the Oppo phone.
Yeah, I think you might need the iPhone when you set it up, right? And then
Yeah, you need an iPhone to set it up.
That wouldn't shock me, but still.
Yeah.
It's so deliberate.
It
It's
is.
like, wow, I can't really switch to the Oppo phone because I use an iPhone and all these accessories. Oh, hold on. Hold on. We've got an answer.
Oh, but you can.
We went so long without any of these, and now
I
it
know.
seems like there's a million of them.
Why is it all happening now? It is strange. It is strange.
Europe.
Possibly Europe.
We love it.
All right. Well, we got a lot more stories coming up. We clearly don't want to save the best for the beginning. I guess blow through the best at the beginning. So we're going to do something that lasts longer than Tim Cook's tenure, which is trivia.
Does that mean we have to do 15 years of trivia?
I kind of, yeah.
Lock in.
I hope Waveform is still going in 15 years.
Same.
Yeah, when I'm 45.
All right, guys, Tim Cook is stepping down, like we just covered. And this, I thought, would be the perfect excuse to ask a question about the most random fact I've ever learned about Tim Cook, which I got from a Wall Street Journal article, came out a little bit ago. It's called Tim Cook on Why Apple's Huge Bets Will Pay Off by Ben Cohen. Big article when it came out. And the thing that I learned from this article that shook me to my core,
M1.
what is Tim Cook's favorite soda? Hint. While it is a very common soda throughout the US, it is not sold in Apple vending machines.
Like on-campus vending machine?
That is correct.
So does he just get deliveries directly to his office?
He said in this interview he does not get to drink it as much as he wants.
Interesting. I do know he grew up like in the Midwest, so this is probably going to be a soda I've never heard of.
Did not grow up in the Midwest.
Oh.
But he's
Right, am I wrong
from the
about that?
Midwest. He's from the Midwest.
He's not from the Midwest either.
What?
Guys,
He has an accent.
I thought it was...
not a Midwestern accent. Are you serious?
Wait, don't look it up.
I thought it was...
Oh, yeah.
Think about Tim Cook's accent, and now think about cartoon characters.
Yeah, okay, I get it. Is he really? Yeah, I guess he is. That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense, actually.
All right, well, answers will be at the end, like usual. We'll be right back. Support for the show comes from Framer. First impressions matter a ton. It's why having a top-of-the-line website to catch potential customers is so vital. So why not try Framer to help upgrade your .com? Framer is an enterprise-grade, no-code website builder used by teams at companies like Perplexity and Miro to move faster. With real-time collaboration and a robust CMS with everything you need for great SEO, not to mention advanced analytics that include your integrated A/B testing, your designers and marketers are empowered to build and maximize your .com from day one. So whether you want to launch a new site, test a few landing pages, or migrate your full .com, Framer has programs for startups, scale-ups, and large enterprises to make going from idea to live site as easy and fast as possible. Learn how you can get more out of your .com from a Framer specialist, or get to building for free today at framer.com/wave for 30% off a Framer Pro annual plan. That's framer.com/wave for 30% off. framer.com/wave. Rules and restrictions may apply. Support for the show comes from Shopify. Every thriving, successful business has to start somewhere. A good place to start is the relatively simple question, what if, given the right tools, I really put my all into this? One tool that can help you grow your sprouting business to new heights is Shopify. Millions of businesses around the world rely on Shopify for e-commerce, from businesses just starting to your favorite name brands. They offer a host of helpful tools you can take advantage of, from payment processing to analytics to website design. Their design studio includes...
All right, Tesla, let's go here. Perfect.
Studio includes hundreds of templates to help you create the exact website you've been envisioning for your business. Their email and marketing tools make it easy to get your name out there and stay connected with your customers. And if you're thinking, what if I need help? Then no worries, because you're never left to fend for yourself. Shopify's award-winning customer support is available 24/7. So it's time to turn those what ifs into with Shopify today. Sign up for your $1 per month trial today at shopify.com/waveform. Go to shopify.com/waveform. That's shopify.com/waveform.
Whoa. Okay, this one says you get a free phone if you switch. Hey, this one also says you get a free phone if you switch.
Yeah, they all do, hon.
Wait. The T-Mobile one says families saved over $3,700 versus the other big guys in the past 5 years. And their experience plans have Netflix included, plus a year of Dash Pass by DoorDash.
Hang on, let me see that. And a 5-year price guarantee? Oh yeah, we're switching.
That's what I'm talking about. Do we clap now, or?
I'm thinking high five.
At T-Mobile, get savings that keep stacking up. That's value you can feel every day. Switch now at T-Mobile.
Savings based on Harris X billing snapshots from Q3 2021 to Q4 2025 among accounts with 3+4 lines compared to AT&T and Verizon, excluding discounts, credits, and optional charges. See harrisx.com/T-Mobile. Price guarantee on talk, text, and data. Exclusions like taxes and fees apply. See T-Mobile.com.
Welcome back, everybody. We all know that Google could really do some stuff to make its pixels more appealing, and specifically they could bring back features from the old Nexus days that would make it even more appealing.
I can think of so many.
What's your number one feature?
Glowing trackball.
Trackball. Ooh.
Nexus 1.
That would be cool, but they're not doing that.
Oh darn. Can I keep guessing?
You can keep guessing.
Boom sound from the HTC One Play Edition.
That'd be cool.
It's not that.
No, sorry.
Damn. Physical keyboard from the G1.
You really want that?
No, I don't. You're right. No moving parts.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on.
Think about something that costs 1 cent.
Half stage, like 2-stage shutter button from the Motorola Droid.
That'd be sick, but they're not doing that.
Damn.
Yeah.
Not even like what about an accent power button?
Maybe.
That'd be nice.
I'm not sure.
Okay. They've done a lot. Remember the Panda Pixel, and then there was like a little orange power button?
Yeah.
That was nice.
I want that
Pixel
so bad.
4,
Bring it back.
They could bring that back. Squeezing the sides, that was bad.
That was bad.
It was fun. It was fun,
It never.
but it didn't work as well as I was hoping.
Sully was so. There's a video of Adam and I in Central Park shooting my Pixel 4 review, and just doing this and it not working, and it's so bad.
That was an era, truly.
The best part of that video is that
I think
the
it's
only way for some
55.
reason that it worked was if you leaned over it specifically in this way that made you look like a mermaid.
I haven't seen anything that's
So there's a
45,
shot where you're
so-
just like leaning on a rock like
No,
a
it's still
mermaid,
45,
waving
okay.
at the phone.
That was one of those,
No,
like,
that's my
you
bad.
see,
My
there's so many
bad.
tech demos of, like, where they try to, like, gracefully show you the feature, and they're like, boom, and it doesn't work the first time. They're like, oh, sorry, I just gotta, like, do it a certain way. That was one where they would try it, like, 6 times, and it would work once, maybe, and you'd go, I can tell this is gonna
It
suck.
was so bad. Well,
Okay, what is it then?
Okay, it's LEDs.
Multicolor LEDs?
Yes.
For notifications?
Yes.
Customizable?
Well, maybe customizable.
I'm in.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm super in.
So there was an APK teardown of the latest Android 17 Beta 4, and there's a section in it with a whole page that specifically mentions Pixel Glow Lights, which will alert you of important notifications when your device is face down.
Pixel Glow. Oh, when it's face down.
Yes.
Okay, so it's on the back.
Yes, on the back. There should be a light bar, and
A bar would be nice.
What is-
Oh, I was picturing, because like there's a couple that have had like pin lights,
Oh, we're gonna stop
or like
for
the
a minute.
glowing
So-
trackball is an example.
Basically, what's the funny part about this is they're having me drive all this way, right? And the part I'm supposed to fix, what they shipped me, which I asked specifically for, and I had picture proof, they shipped me this fucking cable here. So, this fucking cable, I can tell you right now, isn't the cable I'm supposed to fix. But they're still gonna have me drive an hour and a half to go fucking fix that. Which is because I'm gonna go there and I'm gonna plug it in and be like, wow, it still doesn't work. And then I'm gonna call them on the phone and order a new cable. And then I'll be like, alright, 2 business days, and then I'll leave. The thing is, fucking, it sucks because I could call them right now and be like, hey, you know, you shipped me the wrong cable, but then I don't get paid. So that's the issue, is because like I can tell them I don't have to do it, but then I lose my entire paycheck. So why would I tell them, you know, because I'm not paid. I want to get paid. If I was paid anyway and I saved them the hassle of me going out and calling them, but I have to go now and deal with their bullshit that they fucked up. Well, grid Tesla. It just sucks because I don't have to, but shouldn't have to. I get paid for it though. See if there's any EV chargers over there. So. And then I gotta go all the way to Brandon to go on the roof and basically do nothing for a few hours. Milk that as long as I can because I'm not really milking it, it's just kind of I'm not gonna do anything because the people I work with don't want to do anything and they're the only ones that are allowing me to do shit. So basically I'm gonna be on the phone for a few hours, not really accomplishing anything, which is not my fault, but you know. So, well, no, it's so fucking shitty. I have to plug that cable in. It is not the way because they know it's whatever. It's fucking jobs. Or like another thing too is like I can call them because like for example, tomorrow I have to travel an hour and a half ish down there and then like an hour and a half home, which I get paid for everything, but the issue is I have to travel all the way there, and I think what I have to do is click the one button on the PC. I just click the power button on the PC, wait 3 minutes, everything turns on, the store's fine, and I leave. I can call them up and say, hey, so I need you to go to the server rack, like call an employee, be like, go to the server rack, alright? There is a big PC that says blank on it, Catalina, okay? Click the button in the middle. There's only one button on the entire PC. Click the button and tell me what happens. They click it, it turns green, the store turns on, bam, problem solved. The issue is if I do that, I don't get paid. So I have to go down there. Come on, slow down. I have to go down there and do that myself. And then I get paid. And then I go home. That's like, okay. If I can fix the problem remotely, let me do that. But don't punish me for doing that. You should allow me to get, like for example, this, when I go to Brandon and work, I get punished for working faster. Like, I get paid less. So my initiative is to basically do whatever they say, but don't rush them. Because, like, for example, at Anya loves me. I rush them. I get shit fucking done on time. Well, within my reason. I can't rush everybody. But I go to Anya, there's an issue, I literally take a fucking pen and paper, I write down, bam, 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 bam. We go through each checklist. Alright. What's the IP going like? Is the serial matched with the server? Is blah, 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 blah. Go down the list, and then bam, problem solved, we get out of there. They love me. I'm not paid too much because of that, because I'm fast. But like when I go to like a Hannaford's or something like I'm doing now, and I fix shit and it's hourly, my incentive is just call them up and say, hey, you take the lead. You're the man. I'm just the fucking monkey. And I get paid so much more. It's like, ugh. But for a job like these, I'm kind of glad that some of them I can just be like, nah, we're doing it per job because I can get in there and get out. Like, for example, I know for a fact, as soon as I get there, I'm going to call Catalina. Actually, no, I'm going to call my company. And then they're going to say, oh, call Catalina. And then I call Catalina. And then I tell them, this is the issue, this needs to be fixed. And then I leave. And then they ship me the part to my house. Tell them they need to ship it to my house and give my address. Because if they don't ship it to my house, someone else can do the job. I've got to be the one to do the job. Because that's another thing, too, with the company that's shitty, is they take the lowest bids. Not always, because no one's fucking willing to work for their prices anymore. So I'm able to do bids a little bit higher now. But the way the company works is whoever has the lowest price gets to work. So they're trying to get people to travel like 2.5 hours for $85. Fuck no. Goddamn. But if I'm like 150 or whatever the price is, they're like, well, because I like to get paid for my mileage and travel, and they hate all that fucking shit. They're like, oh, I get paid for my mileage, and I gotta get paid for my time there, and they're like, no. They don't like paying me travel. I have to make travel I add travel into my hourly rate. travel? I'm like, well, they're fucking idiots. If you're driving an hour, or even fucking more than 10 minutes, you charge for travel. Also, I gotta bring up all my own tools too, so I get to do a lot of the work because I'm the only one with like my own tools. I'm the only one willing to store the equipment, and as of right now, I don't have like much work at all, so I get to do this shit. This is a shitty job. Like, this is a shitty fucking job. It's dog shit. Looks good on a resume because it looks professional and everything, but like in reality, it's dog shit in the trenches. You're fucking going on roofs, dude. It's bad shit. Like, I gotta go on a fucking roof and walk around for some reason. Fuck you, Tesla. Fuck you, buddy. It's, like, you didn't have to break like that. I'm gonna clip that. Obviously, I don't go on, like, sketchy roofs. I looked at the roof is fine, so I go on there. But, like, if it's, like, a slanted roof like that, fuck no, I ain't going on no slanted, none of that shit. I don't even want to go on the roof. It's, like, the first time I ever had to go on the roof, and I'm like, it's fine. I was thinking, like, do I need equipment? But employees were up there, and I'm like, it's fine. It's not like I'm going to the edge. I'm going to, like, the middle of the roof, kind of. I'm not, you know. But, and the ladder's in part of the building, so it's not like you gotta put a ladder up there and shit. But there's places, like there's calls I get where they're like, we need you to go in the crawl space and redo a wire, and I'm like, fuck no. I ain't doing none of that shit. They're like, yeah, we'll give you 50 an hour. I don't give a fuck if you give me 50 an hour. I ain't doing that shit. Fuck no. The most I do in a fucking crawl space with nails and shit up there, because I don't have insurance from them, so they're not giving me dog shit. And with nails and shit, fuck no. I literally, what I'm gonna do, I take a fucking well, depends on the crawl space. If I can, like, crouch down and go through it, depends. But, like, if it's, like, in a roof and I don't trust the building, fuck no. And another thing, too, is if you refuse to do something, they try to penalize you, like, up to $300. Like, $100 to $300. So, if I agree to do it and then I don't want to do it, they get penalized. But I think I could get away with saying it's unsafe. But no, like, the best I do for jobs like that, take a fucking thing of cable, and you throw it up there, and you go to the other end of the space and you pull it out. Like, I'm not gonna go up there and hand fucking staple it. Fuck no. You pay fucking people shit ton of more money for that. I'm just some fucking worker getting paid $40, $50 an hour. I'm not gonna go all and do all that shit. I bet, like, insurance and shit and, like, you know, but fuck no. Some of the hospital calls are pretty funny when I go to the hospital and fix the server shit. That's kind of funny because it's always a disaster. They're like, well, like, for example, we have a RAM upgrade, and they don't, like, the RAM is weird because, like, I didn't know this, but apparently a lot of chip places still they still do dual core chips, which I didn't realize. When someone technical on this can elaborate, but basically, kind of like how FSD's computer is. It's got 2 chips for redundancy. It's weird that they have that on hospital server racks. They have 2 redundancy chips with separate, well, I understand separate RAM, which is interesting. I thought each rack had its own, like, each little box had its own chip in a thing. I think it was 2 each. Hope you don't hit the fucking brush and you go around it. There you go, thank you. I'm not too fast getting you around that shit. That dog blended in there for a minute. Another thing too is, why don't you see dogs and animals like as much? Like, sometimes like a squirrel run past and you like show it on the. I don't even know if you ever show a squirrel. I swear you showed a squirrel before, but I don't think it's even in the system. I think it's a dog that's just very small that you show on the thing. But like, it's done it before. But like for dogs, you usually show people instead of a dog, and it's like, why? You can't like, you're like not good at visualizing animals. We're good. It's great. $15 an hour. Are you gonna listen to this sign? There's children playing when it's flashing. Thank you. We're gonna crawl the entire way there. 15 miles an hour, but it's okay. I forgot we're not in Vermont anymore. I was like, why don't they have front license plates? Isn't it illegal? Oh, fuck. I don't know about this state. Hey, Meta. Are front license plates illegal? No. You have to have a front license plate in New York? I think so. Okay, so you do. You get a ticket if you don't. Okay, thank you. No, Meta, I'm good. Uh-oh, it's your worst nightmare. Fucking water, Tesla. You don't like water. No, hey Meta, off. Hey Meta, off. I don't care. Speed radar. 30 miles an hour. Almost there. Got about 0.3 miles. Look at that. I'm there with more battery by not using my air than I was. I'm not going to use my air on the way back too. 1.6%. Yeah, more. Saving some battery there. We always save battery by not speeding and using air. Oh, hey, look, this is the plaza thing. There's the UPS store, which I gotta go to drop off this cable, maybe. Ooh, bump. Got it. Fuck. Tesla, no! Tesla. We're parking at Hannaford's, buddy. There we go. Perfect. Oh yeah, my computer. Nice. Alright, good.
Oh no.
A bar.
It's a bar. That's what it's supposed to be. So it's going to be RGB. They said that you can have it for notifications, for different types of notifications, like phone calls from different favorites, as well as it should animate while you're interacting with Gemini.
Oh yeah, of course.
So it should be all wavy, do the thing.
Wow.
And I just think that that's a pretty sick feature.
Tim Cook can never. This is crazy.
I know.
I really like this idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's a long time where I was customizing Android ROMs or just had software settings where I could decide certain apps would glow my notification light a certain color.
Yeah.
So they'd be like a light blue and a dark blue and a yellow and a green.
Yeah.
And so I could know what the flashing color of the light meant and I could decide to check it or not.
Yeah.
So this is like a bring that back.
If this is user customizable, and maybe there'll be a ROM that allows it to be user customizable, which might bring back ROMs. Who knows? That'd be pretty cool. That'd be sick. I think it would really help differentiate Pixel devices. They're kind of like, at that point, they're more customizable than Nothing phones.
Yeah.
So it's like, what's Nothing got on them,
Yeah, I mean, the Nothing phone has the screen on the back with that one, a bunch of, it's this mini display, and you have...
It is a little hot out, but you can see the baby chicks are completely fine because they're still fucking next to that heater, so they're not too hot. Yeah. If they were too hot, they wouldn't be next to that heater.
These apps that you get essential notifications from. It's interesting.
Yeah.
I think that's at least interesting.
Yeah.
Most phones don't have anything on the back that you can tell what notification you got.
Yeah.
So I'd like another version of that.
Yeah.
Can I be devil's advocate here?
Sure.
Try.
So, what?
I'll defend it. I'll be devil's advocate.
The double?
Yeah.
Okay. Jeez. So, for the record, great idea. Bring this back. I love this. But is this just Google preying on our nostalgia? Because we have always-on displays that gives us way more information. It's not the phone upside down.
Yeah.
But just putting the phone up, you can see everything now. Like, we have AMOLED. This is like a solved problem.
That's valid. I would say there's a couple things. One, I don't love always-on displays. I started turning them off on a lot of phones that it kind of got annoying. Either I would tap the display.
Oopsie daisy, we accidentally connected to the glasses.
Just be able to know, because I'm waiting for the Slack notification for Wawa orders, and I'm like, it's the pink notification.
Yeah.
I know I should check this one. So yeah, are they playing on my nostalgia? Probably a little bit. Probably a little bit, yeah.
When I'm out with a friend at dinner or something, I pretty much always flip my phone upside down because I don't like that, I can get a notification and it shows up. And then I think that the reason that this is a little bit better is because being able to glance and just be like, oh, it's an email, that's it. Oh, it's a text, maybe I should check it. But not moving your attention to exactly what the text says on the always-on display. You get very distracted when you're looking at that.
Yeah, you can just be ambiently aware that you got a text.
Yeah. And it also helps you if you're interacting with Gemini, that it heard you because it's kind of waving around,
Yeah.
And also just we like cool, pretty colors. And that's pretty standard.
The back of the phone is a historically underutilized spot.
Yeah.
Sometimes there's a fingerprint reader back there, sometimes it's not.
Yeah.
Sometimes there's a little display back there, like the Xiaomi 17 Pro. Sometimes it's not.
Yeah. So
I like something back on.
It'll be interesting to see how they, keep it waterproof and everything while also adding LEDs. I guess it'll have to be under glass.
Actually behind the, yeah.
Where do you think it's going to be on the phone?
I was picturing a bar across the bottom.
That'd be cool.
Like a thin stripe type of thing.
That'd be super cool.
I like that.
I think it's going to be above the Pixel bar.
Like right at the top?
Right at the top. That little sliver there and on the Pixel.
I'm kind of on team bottom.
Okay.
Careful.
There's nothing wrong with that, Marcos.
Just saying, careful.
So apparently the APK teardown also...
Another one for the supercut.
Also...
Another for the David's freaking on the pod supercut. We watched that, by the way. If you're out there, we watched that and we laughed.
I don't think most people know what that is. Okay, so the APK teardown also indicated a Pixel laptop that is going to be released.
Okay.
They try this every 6 years.
And I buy it immediately every 6 years.
Yeah, but what's more exciting about this is, one, it's also supposed to have the Pixel Glow thing, which I'm not really sure how they're going to do that because computers are just very different with notifications.
Well, okay. So, remember the last Pixel laptop?
Yeah, the cheap one?
That had...
The Pixelbook Go?
No. So the Pixel... God, the names. Hold on. I want to find the name of it. But it had an RGB stripe on the back. But after the CR48. Yeah, like the Pixel laptop.
Yeah.
Just that again.
Yeah.
But have it light up.
That one didn't actually glow, right?
I thought it did.
The Chromebook Pixel?
Yes, that one.
Chromebook Pixel.
Did that one light up?
The No Glow Chromebook Pixel is a Pixelbook Go with Pixel Glow.
Oh my god. It glowed.
That's great.
Like that.
Glow.
And it had...
But what did it glow for?
I don't know, but it's doing stuff.
It is doing stuff.
I gotta rewatch my review. This is old. This is 13 years old.
So old. Yeah.
But yeah, it lit up. It turned off when the laptop is off, or it would light up with notifications or something on the back. So that's the thing I would like them to bring back.
I mean, the big question here is, like, when I have my laptop closed, I'm, like, done with it. You know what I mean? I don't need to, like, see notifications on my laptop. I already have my phone for that. But this is potentially going to be their big Android Chrome OS merger OS, which means that maybe it will have a lot more direct compatibility with your phone.
Yes. Yeah. Here, have you ever had this moment where you pull out your laptop to use it and you open it and it's got 2% battery and it's about to die? And you're like, dang, I wish I knew it was about to die.
Oh.
Well, you know how you know?
Yeah.
Is if at 10%, it just softly glowed red, just sitting there closed. You go,
I like that.
Appreciate that communication, laptop.
Okay, am I crazy?
Yes.
You used to be able to do that on MacBooks.
What would glow?
No. There was a button on the bottom of the MacBook that you could hit, and then it was sort of like the battery tester. Am I crazy?
Is that true?
When you say bottom, you mean the bottom? Under it?
I gotta research this. I'm having like a
nothing wrong with the bottom.
That doesn't sound like a Mac. I don't remember a button on the bottom.
There was a glowing Apple logo on the back of some of the early Mac.
Yeah, just a glowing white logo.
Yeah, just a glowing white logo.
Yeah, but it never had any, functionality other than
just think so.
That's exactly what I want from my Chromebook when the battery's about to die. Use more electricity.
Well, that's such it's a tiny amount.
I know. I'm
Yeah.
I'm just like, what other use case? I guess you could use it to invoke Gemini. Like if it's because at the end of the day, they just want all of your devices to be endpoints for Google Assistant, for Gemini, So if you have your laptop sitting on your desk and it's your most nearby device and it has like always listening or something.
Yeah.
If you can control your home.
Is that a crazy thing? So like what if, how a lot of laptops sometimes have like slightly thicker displays and they've put like compute in the top section of it sometimes? Like there'll be like
I'm not crazy. This existed.
Oh, I do remember
What
that.
computer?
The battery indicator.
On like the pre-2012 MacBooks, there was a button on the left side of the computer that if you hit, it would do these like LEDs would light up and tell you your battery percentage. I'm not crazy.
That's cool.
I had that laptop.
Where were the LEDs though?
Yeah, where's that?
Where were the LEDs? The LEDs were also on the side.
That's the metal ones it's like a sort of a flush button with like 5 dots that would all light up.
That's cool.
Wow, that's a good callback. I didn't remember that at all.
That is cool. They should bring that back.
So yeah, the idea of like a Gemini thing, what if there's a little bit of compute that stays on even when you close the laptop?
Always listening.
So that it is like a little always listening little tiny computer SoC or phone SoC or something, and you can still ask it, hey G, and the speakers are still in there. They're going to be muffled, but they could still respond.
Totally.
That could be a thing.
I think that'd be sick. Yeah. Or it could be side firing speakers or bottom firing speakers, so you could still hear it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Apple has been quietly adding Thread radios to all their devices, right? I feel like Google could also start adding all of these multifunctional radios and stuff to their devices.
Yeah.
And they want you to have as many access points for Gemini as possible because they want you to use it in as many places as possible.
Yeah, they want us to use it all the time.
Yeah.
Was it Nest that had a Thread radio in like a thermostat or something that they just turned on after X amount of years?
It was the HomePod as well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the HomePod was silently carrying a Thread radio for a long time.
Yeah.
There was an Apple product that did that too, but not with Thread.
It was
that released.
thermometer.
An Apple product released with a radio that they didn't turn on until a year or so later with a firmware update.
Wasn't it
I thought I made a video about
It was the second generation iPod Touch that shipped with a Bluetooth radio that they didn't announce or turn on until like a year into
That's crazy.
I know. I really hope I remember. I'm like, my brain is filled with these like 2010 Apple facts right now. I have to go double check all of that.
That's really funny. Oh, iPod Touch though. Okay, yeah, I guess that makes sense. I picture my first iPod, which was like the tall Nano.
Yeah.
That one with Bluetooth would be crazy. It would be wild.
You could probably do it now. So yeah, I mean, that's exciting. It doesn't take a lot to please tech reviewers. You just need to give us the RGB lights, and that's it.
Yeah.
You know?
Unfortunately, I am easy to please in that way.
Indeed. Indeed.
All right, what is this headline about?
Yeah, speaking of people who are not easy to please.
Yeah.
Motorola in India is suing social media platforms and dozens of content creators over things that were said about the company.
Not a good look, but what are the details? Because maybe I'm missing something.
Yeah, so it's seeking takedown of content and broader restraint for what it deems false or defamatory material related to their devices. It specifically called out that it didn't like that people had been publishing videos of their phones catching fire, which it said were fake. It was saying that these things were fake, but it wants to restrain people from suing and publishing this content, including reviews, videos, comments, and boycott campaigns.
So this is the prime example of the Mandela effect, right? No. What's if you hide something? Streisand effect.
Yeah, Streisand effect.
I had not heard about any Motorola phones catching on fire.
Yeah.
And now I'm curious if they're real or not.
Yeah.
Seems like they're insisting that they're not, but here we are.
There was someone that quoted like last week, it was like there's two ways to respond to criticism. One is to make your product better, and one is to make it worse. By, getting aggressive. So yeah, it alleges that there are hundreds of posts across social media that show Motorola products in a false and defamatory way. And it says that it did this lawsuit in the interest of public safety, which doesn't make a lot of sense. India is Motorola's second biggest market, which makes up about 20% of its global market share. And obviously people on social media, especially big phone fans, can be pretty over the top sometimes. But stopping people from publishing negative reviews is not a good look. It's a very bad look. So,
yeah.
And it sort of tracks that they're suing them in India because I think that there are probably looser freedom of speech laws there. Mm-hmm. Just hope that this does not happen because, I don't know. It's bad. It's bad to repress speech.
When I read this, it kind of reminded me of all the different ways that CEOs just respond to things.
Yeah.
So this reminded me a lot of Carl Pei with Nothing, because that's a company that has turned negative feedback into content in an interesting way. We will occasionally talk bad about Nothing products, and there are 3 things I know to be true in life, which is death, taxes, and that Carl Pei will turn that into a YouTube video and just make a bunch of views. They turn it into content in a way that allows him a platform to respond without suing creators into oblivion.
Yeah.
So I think that's an interesting way of going about it, and Motorola should pay attention.
Yeah, they're owned by Lenovo, as you remember. So
true.
Yeah.
I did not remember that.
Oh,
I completely forgot.
I will remind you. And it's just not a good look. You shouldn't repress people's speech, and that's bad. So we'll have to follow that lawsuit and see if anything actually comes from it. There's one other big story here.
Speaking of following something,
I'm gonna talk about basketball.
Whoa.
So I hope you're proud of me. Steph Curry, the king, as we in the basketball industry call him.
Oh boy,
the king is LeBron.
Is that really?
There is another player who's...
I'll stop you when you say something. I'll stop you if you say anything crazy, but you're on the right track so far.
Okay, well, he, plays for the Golden State Warriors. He's been playing for them for a while. He's so good with his accuracy. When he shoots the ball, it usually goes in the circle, the hoop. It's kind of crazy how many times he can get it in there.
Yep.
So... also was an investor in Palm. I met him
also correct.
during my Palm briefing, and he was wearing it as a necklace.
Yeah.
Anyway, the NBA is very deeply rooted in Google sponsorship. They do a lot of Pixel stuff. Famously, a couple of the NBA stars use Pixels every day, and they say they actually like it, even though people don't think they do. They
really do.
They really maybe do.
They really do.
They really say that they do.
Yeah.
And we have been hearing these rumors of a new Fitbit coming out that's supposed to compete with Whoop. Because remember, here on the Waveform podcast, we hate Whoop. down with that company.
We are Whoop haters.
We are Whoop haters, certified. Andrew's not here to defend himself. And so...
Andrew famously loves Whoop.
I mean, Andrew's obsessed with this guy.
We always dunk on Whoop, and he's like sticking up for them, but he's not here for that.
So, if you don't know what a Whoop is, it's, imagine a smartwatch without the watch. It's the watch band, but it's thicker, and the idea is like you don't want to wear a smartwatch, but it gives you deeper analytics about your body. It's got all these different data points, and they're suing like a smaller app company because they think that they stole a lot of their data points. It's very stupid. But
it's like if you wanted all the benefits of an Oura ring, but you needed people to know you were wearing an Oura ring.
It's kind of a
That's the Whoop.
Well, you can wear a Whoop under your sleeve or like hide it if you want to.
Yeah, you got to get like an accessory for that, I think, to wear like on your chest.
I'm gonna do a weird pivot here because over the weekend, Man City beat Arsenal, so it was a very hard day for me as an Arsenal fan. But at the end of it, Haaland, who's one of the great players in Man City, ripped off his shirt, ran onto the field wearing a Whoop band, and I was like, he's allowed to play with that? How?
Well, is that are they not allowed to play with those things?
I don't know.
No,
I guess so.
If it's under your shirt, that's fine.
But they can't play it if it's over your shirt?
Guys, I don't know if you know this. You play soccer with your feet, so I think.
Okay, so I play a sport where before every game they line all the players up, they do the national anthem, and then they go down. The refs go down the line, and if any player has on any wristband or jewelry or necklace or anything that could get caught on a finger and like pull,
that makes sense.
They tell you to take it off.
Okay.
So you can wear it under your sleeve, you can wear it somewhere where it's not gonna get caught, but then if it is out, you gotta take it off.
I have a question about that.
Yeah.
I currently have a bracelet that I cannot take off.
Yep.
What happens in this case?
They will take tape and tape it to your wrist fully, so that I can't get caught with like a finger.
Like, can you take it off?
Because it was one of those things where they like zap it in place and it's there forever.
Yeah.
It's one of those bracelets.
You did that?
Yeah.
There's other people that have that. Yeah. They're like, or they just refuse to take it off or whatever it is, so they just get it taped on.
Whoa.
Yeah.
You did that to yourself?
Never taking it off.
It's just a bracelet.
It's like being chained to something for your whole life.
Kind of.
To what?
To the chain.
I guess.
Anyway, that's like a tattoo, bro. Okay.
Yeah.
Well.
Yeah, I have none of those.
Okay, fair point. Anyway, back to Steph Curry, the king, as we like to call him in the basketball world.
I don't want to stop you. I'm gonna keep. Yeah, it's fine.
He shoots a lot of hoops. So he's been wearing this unidentified Fitbit device for many months.
Yep.
There have been articles that have been coming out that's just like little glimpses of him wearing it. But then Kellen at Droid Life, shout out to Kellen, one of the most OG phone YouTubers there are.
OG legend.
In 2012, I had push bullet notifications for every article that Kellen wrote. Pretty sick. Yep. He's still going strong. He decided to get a little bit obsessed with this because he's a huge basketball fan. And, as we all are here in the White Podcast.
He's specifically a Trailblazers fan because he's in Portland.
That's tough.
Okay, yeah.
This is pretty tough.
Well, he analyzed a ton of Instagram videos, YouTube videos, and I think there was even one other thing. Just a lot of videos on the internet.
And Getty Images
of Steph Curry over the last, since February, effectively. And he was able to catch multiple glimpses of Steph Curry wearing this unannounced Fitbit band that is supposed to compete with Whoop. It is much thinner than a Whoop. It kind of just looks like a Pixel Watch band, but it's slightly thicker at the top. And Steph Curry never wears it during the games, I'm guessing for the same reason that you can't wear bracelets and stuff.
He never wears it visibly during the games, but there could be a chest strap or some random
maybe
accessory.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But there are multiple screenshots of him wearing it out and about. There is even an image that Kellen caught where he has an app open on his phone that appears to be sort of like a new redesign.
Oh, I watched that video. I didn't even catch that. Damn.
That's crazy.
That's good.
That's crazy.
Hiding in plain sight.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I imagine that, it's been months since this has been kind of being leaked. And I feel like Google's leaking this on purpose at this point.
Yeah. Honestly, this to me is the best case scenario. I imagine he's invested in Fitbit or some like a lot of Golden State Warriors players, California team, are connected with a lot of California companies. So there's a lot of tech connections. So I wouldn't be shocked if he's invested in this company or something like that. And
Fitbit's just Google.
Yeah. For sure. Or they have some partnership, whatever it is. And so Steph organically deciding to wear this for weeks and weeks before it comes out is the best possible endorsement of the product.
Right.
to me, it's
Probably his contract.
Elite athlete chooses to use this product before it comes out, before he's probably going to get paid to do a commercial or whatever about it. He's going to be able to actually say he's been using it, and probably actually like really uses it and cares. So it's just free promo for them. Google stuff leaks already anyway all the time. So here we are.
But it looks good. I would love something like this that gives you all the analytics, but that you can put on any watch, because it looks like it's just a watch band size with a slightly thicker top.
Well, the puck, that's where it's measuring everything.
But if they were able to put that in the bottom part, and then you could just wear a regular watch on the top, I think that would be sick.
Or maybe even like clip a watch to it. I don't know how that would work, but
I guess you maybe could.
Yeah, maybe.
You could just sew a watch.
My problem with putting it on the bottom of a watch band is that not all watches are meant for like sports and stuff. So if you're like wearing a watch that you don't want to smash into a wall, I wouldn't want to have my tracker on the bottom of that. But having an option would be nice.
Well, it looks very googly. It kind of is just like this. I don't even know. Do you know? Can you describe this? It's like a.
So it looks like what's that Apple Watch band called? It's like the trail loop.
Trail loop.
It looks like a trail loop band, but without the Apple Watch, and instead it just has this small puck under it. If you've seen Meta's wristband for their glasses, it kind of has like roughly that amount, and it's on the back of your wrist where the watch would be. So no screen, no time. Again, it seems weird to people who don't use it, but a lot of people don't want a screen on their wrist, so it just has long battery, and it just sits there and measures your stuff, and you check the app when you want to see the info, and they're finally going to compete in that space.
It's funny how out in the open he has been with this, though. Like, there's an image of him giving an interview.
Press conference,
and he's just got it on.
Love that.
Crazy.
Have you guys used the new Fitbit Coach thing?
No, but you've been using it, right?
I've been using it. I really like it.
Really?
But to this product's credit, it pretty much only works with Fitbit devices and or my Pixel Watch. And I don't wear my Pixel Watch every day because it's a Pixel Watch. It's like, it's fine, but it's not the one that I'm usually wearing like a real watch. So this is like, I'm actually very interested in something like this because Fitbit back in the day to me was this. It was just a random little tracker that pretty much everyone would walk into Best Buy and buy. You can swap out the bands and everything like that. Then they started getting like a little bit more smarter and all this stuff. But like the core of what Fitbit always was to me was just this little tracker. So if I can just have the little tracker with these in-depth analytics that you get from something like the Pixel Watch, I think that would be pretty interesting.
Yeah, win. No, you have a longer battery life too.
When I worked at Intel, like they were only like $30 at the time to get the like little pedometer Fitbits that you could literally put in your shoe. And then people would be able to, and then we had like walking competitions, which is so funny because it's like who can get the least work done, which nobody at Intel gets work done anyway.
Allegedly, this is going to be called Fitbit Air. That's what I think 9 to 5 Google found that.
Interesting.
Can we come up with different names? That's my other.
I
think there's Airs.
Air means
Pros.
light. Pro Max. Fitbit. See, the thing about Fitbit's a good name for a product, but it's their company name now.
Google Fitbit.
So you can't call it the Fitbit. That would be a good thing to call this. You gotta call it Fitbit something.
Fitbit Loop, maybe?
That could,
Fitbit Band.
They'll think of something. This Steph Curry. Also, the king is LeBron, so that's just the one fraction I'll have.
So what do we call him?
We can call him the chef.
The chef?
I thought he was the GOAT.
What's a chef?
That's, I mean, he's some people's GOAT, but...
He is frequently referred to as Chef Curry.
Why?
Because his full name is Chef-On.
And he'd be cooking out there.
Because he's cooking.
Yeah. That's good. Chef Curry with the pot.
Is that real? Is that a real thing people say?
Trust me. Yes. It's great. All right. Last thing I want to do before we take a quick break is and I just want to make sure I'm not crazy before I crash out about this. So check Slack.
Okay.
Check the waveform Slack.
Oversized load. FSD scared me.
Minute-long video. And once you're done watching it, just let me know.
Is there sound?
You don't need the sound.
Okay.
You can see this is the Oppo Find X9 Ultra.
David, you want to describe what you're seeing?
Would you have trusted that?
All right, so this is the Oppo X9 Ultra, Find X9 Ultra case. Whoa. Okay, so it's the phone, and then it's like a giant accessory case. Looks like it's for photography stuff. The case. that is next to it is like insanely rugged looking. They slap the case on the phone. It makes it basically an OtterBox.
It looks like a small rig had a baby with an OtterBox.
They put there's like a front attachment that locks in, so it's like fully encased in this case. This is like an crazy outdoor setup. Okay, now he's got basically what looks like a gimbal attachment or something. Oh no, it's a shooting grip attachment that plugs into the phone. Looks very ROG, to be honest. And then they attach a filter attachment to it, so they can put like an ND filter, a variable ND on there. That's kind of cool. Yeah, it's variable ND. They're spinning it around. Okay, now they
hear what Marquez is gonna say.
Now they attach a cooling fan. Oh, now they attach a left-hand grip for some reason. Now they attach a cold shoe. Oh, okay. Now they're attaching a quick release for okay. It was for a tripod, and now it's, oh my god, what is this? Oh, there's a giant Hasselblad box. Oh no, does this get crazier? Oh no! Oh no! Okay, there's a really, really big Hasselblad lens attachment that comes with like a tripod mount. You have to put a lens adapter on in order to... Oh my god! Oh my god! This looks so insane! What is this?
The final render at the end doesn't have the lens tripod mount.
Yeah, it comes off with the collar. It comes off.
So this just looks like a Terminator situation.
Okay. Please tell me they sent this to you. And you have all of this in the other room.
Okay, so...
What in the world?
So I watched this, and my first thought is, what are we doing though, for real? I don't have a price tag on this, but I'm assuming if you are willing to buy this flagship phone, $8,000 phone, whatever, and you're also going to buy the lens and the battery grip and the cold shoe and the cooling fan and the lens adapter and the lens and the tripod and all this stuff to go shoot with your phone, you clearly really care about the quality of the work that you're making. So why are you using your phone still? Spend all of that on a cheap camera that will do better than whatever you're about to shoot on your phone. This is not a diss on the camera on the phone. It's a really good phone camera, but physics is still real, and you can still get much better footage out of a dedicated camera, plus better audio, plus better codecs, etc. So I think there's a Goldilocks zone to how much it's acceptable to improve your phone camera. Before you're just going too far and you should just use a camera. You know? Is that valid? I think this is too far.
I think that the only acceptable use of like really, really trying to improve your phone camera as much as possible is if you are going to make phone native content, right? Because the biggest annoyance of using a dedicated camera to shoot content that is going to be on phones is that you have to move all of the data to your phone eventually. So the one plus for this, the Oppo for this, is that, I guess they're the same company, is that, you know, if you're going to shoot like a reel or something, all the footage is right there. If you're editing on your phone, it's right there. But then at that point, it's like, this is clearly doesn't look like it's for reels. This looks like it's for like a feature film.
They've got it sideways.
This is going to be so hard that you have to take all of this off your phone in editing.
This is,
unless you do it on your edit.
This is like a 90-second process to
I'm saying to even hold your phone in a way that's comfortable to edit. The footage, you would need to disassemble this whole package.
Instead of just blipping the photos to yourself. Like, this is like it's like you decide you want to get this shot or however many shots or this whole shoot you're about to do. You have to go through this like 2-minute process of like assembling your phone rig, which valid. You have a rig, you're going to get pretty footage, but you could spend 2 seconds turning on a regular camera and just start getting footage. And I just think, this is in the valley between like good phone footage and regular camera footage.
You know how you have that analogy of like VR headsets and like glasses and how they're both trying to move towards each other? This is like smartphone and camera trying to move toward each other, except the smartphone went way too far over the line.
It really has.
Because cameras they are now cameras that you can buy that are just all in one. They have really good like pickup mics. They have really good quality.
Stabilization.
They're small. They have really good stabilization.
Good codecs.
It's just all in one, like really quick short form content or YouTube video content cameras. And that's moved towards the smartphone line. But this just went way over the line.
I think it's way over. Yeah.
This is crazy. Yeah.
It's insane.
Other problem is if you spend you're going to spend like $800 on the accessories alone on it's probably a $1,000 phone, and you spend $800 on the accessories, and then you can never upgrade your phone.
Yeah. Once you move phones, you're like, well, I guess I don't use any of this stuff anymore.
Useless now. At least with a dedicated camera, the glass is always going to be relevant because they always use the same amount. Most of the accessories can be used on any camera because it's all universal. Mm-hmm. No, this can only be used with the Oppo Find X9 Ultra. Yeah.
Which, by the way,
we're routing to save a
weird small rig cage aside, the phone is beautiful.
The phone is really good.
It's
without
so
all the
nice
stuff
looking
on it.
Yeah, when you take all the other stuff off, the phone itself is aesthetically gorgeous.
Yeah. And by the time you watch this, our video on it is up. It's called So This Is Peak Smartphone. Because smartphones are we've gotten to the point where they're so good that they're good at everything already, and any differentiating factor is really just preference.
Yeah.
I think that's my take basically on this. And so when you look at what do we want from a good smartphone screen? Well, I don't know. I just want it to be bright enough and good looking enough that I can see it all the time and it just looks good all the time. Okay, well, it is. It's a high refresh rate, super bright OLED that gets to 144 hertz and will go down to 1 hertz and has high frequency PWM dimming, and it just looks awesome all the time. So, success.
Yeah.
What about battery? Well, I don't know. I just hope it never dies on me. Okay, 7,000 milliamp hours and silicon carbon, and it's it'll charge at 100 watts if it ever dies. All right, mission accomplished. You kind of go down the line. We've done everything. Cameras are the last thing. They're trying this stuff. They're putting huge 200 megapixel sensors in there. They take good smartphone photos all the time, but they're never going to take good, high-level camera photos. So it's just this is good smartphone photography, and there it is.
Yeah.
This is a great phone.
I have a question for you.
Yeah.
If the accessories and the lens and everything was able to be adjusted to fit future phones, would that change your opinion on it?
That would improve it, but it would still feel like you're kind of spending too much time on, because the thing about a smartphone camera is it's so convenient to just pull out the camera, open the app, and get the shot or just get the videos. That's the strength, is versatility. So if you're throwing away all the versatility to get this super good quality, then why not just get the super good quality? You know what I mean? Yeah. Just get the camera. And it's actually more versatile again because it takes 2 seconds to boot it up and just start shooting. So you're taking the strength of the smartphone, which is versatility, you're throwing it all away to clip this case on, clip the lens mount on, clip the lens on, get the collar on the lens, do all this stuff, and by that point you're getting better footage, but you could just get a camera.
But it probably costs the same amount as an $800 all-in-one Sony vlogging camera,
which is gonna beat this.
Yeah.
So yeah.
That's pretty insane.
All right, I'm glad I'm not alone in this.
That's pretty insane.
Anyway, go watch that video. It's the Oppo Find X9 Ultra. Really good phone. Obviously great cameras, but people are going too far.
Yeah.
All right, we'll take a quick break, and before we do that, one more time, trivia.
That's something that's universal across every waveform episode.
That's good.
Nice.
That's good.
Where in the world is Tim Cook from?
Dang.
Do you need the city?
City and state, please.
Okay.
I think
I know.
No, but you guys said stuff before that makes them wrong now.
I have a good hint if you need it later.
I'll take a hint with George.
I'll wait to the.
I think the hint has something to do with someone in the studio here.
I don't think we need it.
No? All right. Then I'm not gonna be right.
This is Chicago.
All right. Well, we'll either be right or we'll learn something. That's it. We'll be right back.
No one goes to Hank's for spreadsheets. They go for a darn good pizza. Lately, though, the shop's been quiet, so Hank decides to bring back the $1 slice. He asks Copilot in Microsoft Excel to look at his sales and costs, help him see if he can afford it. Copilot shows Hank where the money's going and which little extras make the dollar slice work. Now Hanks has a line out the door. Hank makes the pizza, Copilot handles the spreadsheets. Learn more at m365copilot.com/work.
Keeping up with this economy matters, and in a world full of hot takes and noise, Marketplace does things differently. I'm Kai Rosdahl, the host of Marketplace, a daily podcast that delivers independent, award-winning journalism dedicated to making you smarter about this economy. You can listen to Marketplace on Spotify.
Unlike other AI, Slackbot lives in Slack. It understands you, your team, and your work, so you can ask it for help with anything.
Can I ask it to summarize client feedback?
Yes.
Can I ask it to find time for a meeting?
Absolutely.
Can I ask it to turn our meeting notes into a launch plan?
Sure.
Can I ask it to call me the boss?
Actually, you can. See how Slackbot can turn you into at slack.com/meet-slackbot.
Welcome back, everybody.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Hey, welcome back.
I like that.
Marquez has to get on a plane in an hour and a half.
I'll be on the plane in an hour and a half.
Okay.
It'll be great.
Well, yeah, I guess so. Okay, we're going to speed through these because Marquez has to get on a plane in an hour and a half with the nerd. So, there's, we talked about the GoPro cameras last week. It was pretty crazy. They have new cameras out. There's the Mission 1, there's the Mission 1 Pro, and there's the Mission 1 ILS, integrated lens system. We now have prices for these GoPros. Ellis is very excited about using them for
yeehaw
lenses. He's yeehawing over there. So, now we got the prices. The Mission 1, $599.
Okay.
The Mission 1 Pro, $699.
Okay.
And the Mission 1 Pro ILS, $699. But these are all discounted by $100 if you have a GoPro subscription, which I didn't know what that meant.
What does that subscription get you, David?
I had to look it up. It is cloud storage. It kind of makes automated little videos for you based on your footage.
A GoPro subscription.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
It's a warranty program too.
It's also a warranty program.
Insurance.
Insurance type program.
You know how there's like the beastification of YouTube?
Yeah.
Is this the Appleification of tech companies? GoPro subscription?
Everyone needs recurring revenue.
It's basically like you're a hardware company, but you need more recurring revenue, so you just bundle together some things that would work well with your hardware. I'm not saying this is a bad idea, but wow, a GoPro subscription.
I think it's a bad idea.
There's no money in selling something once.
Yeah.
You gotta sell it 100 times.
I don't know how the subscription works, but if the camera is able to auto-upload to this cloud storage...
Yeah, no, I'm sure it's very clever.
GoPros find themselves in situations where they become former GoPros often, you know? And so being able to know that footage is in the cloud, not bad.
Yeah, a GoPro subscription.
Yeah, I guess.
What do we think? Wait, what's so far? There's a Mission 1 and a Mission 1 Pro. What is the $100 difference between those cameras?
It's mostly based around the types of, like the frame rates that they can record. Okay. So, like 4K 240 FPS versus 4K 120. You get 8K 60 on the Pro versus 8K 30 on the regular one.
So the Pro has more processing power, it can handle higher frame rates.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's the main difference.
I still really want to shoot with them. I just gotta see how good the footage is, because we just showed you that insane rig with the phone with the Oppo, and like this is gonna be you could get one of these and probably get really good footage from it, and it'll just be like a one button click.
Yeah, I would rather have this than the phone.
So yeah, we'll have to get some and shoot with them and see.
Much smaller. Okay. Yeah. We got some colorful iPhone Pro rumors. So instead of just the...
Oh, I love this.
Yeah. So the rumors are that the iPhone Pro is going to come in this light blue.
Don't care.
Pantone 2121. Dark cherry.
Kind of don't care either.
Oh, what is wrong with you, Marquez? This is crazy.
Keep going.
Silver.
Don't care.
Dark gray.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. That looks... And you saw the renders.
Yes.
Yes. Yes, please.
Oh my God.
Give me a dark neutral.
You're like a Staten Island mom picking out the color of her car. Like, ew, any semblance of saturation, get it out of here.
It's just the best looking one. And you know what's funny? These are actually very popular car colors. Silver, light blue, dark cherry, which is kind of like the burgundy car you see everywhere, and then black. The only other popular colors I've seen are like white and beige. This is gonna look good.
I think the silver actually looks sick.
The thing is, Ellis, I shoot a lot of car videos for autofocus on the phone.
I get it.
And the color of the iPhone reflects in every screen in the car every time.
Yeah.
And I've had an orange iPhone for many of these videos, and I pointed at that CarPlay screen, and there's just orange hitting me back in the camera lens, and I can't take it anymore.
Yeah.
And the blue one, it's close, but just give me a black.
That dark cherry purple is pretty fire, I'm not gonna lie.
It's alright.
Look, I had two questions here.
Yeah.
One, does this mean orange is dead?
Yep.
Yeah.
Forever. Like, that's it.
It'll come back in like 5 years.
Purple is the new orange.
So this is nice. So this is like that was a celebrity color.
Wait, no, literally. Oh no, that doesn't work. I was gonna say orange is the new black, but black is the new orange.
Black is the new orange.
Yeah.
That's even better.
Well, I don't think black is. I think purple is.
Second, is the space gray name dead? Is that still available
for iPhone?
You can buy it on the MacBook is still space gray.
MacBook is still space.
Is it not space black now?
Oh, it might be space black.
No, I thought space black is a different color though.
Yeah, you're right.
Space gray is.
I have the space black MacBook Pro.
Space black, right? Yeah, same. I think it's called space black now.
But do they not also?
Because space is. You know what's funny? We talked about this in an earlier episode. Space is gray.
No, space is
Mocha.
cosmic latte.
Cosmic latte.
It's not fully black. Is the point?
Cosmic latte. We talked about this. The average color of the universe.
What is this? What is this iPhone Air color? Is it just? It's not black. It's
probably just black.
They would never call something black.
I don't know. They might.
They would call it ambient stillness. I don't know. That was bad.
Okay, so the MacBook Pro is space black.
So is the iPhone Air.
iPhone Air is space black?
Yeah.
So...
That's it, right?
Yeah.
That's what I saw the leak and I was like, oh, okay, space gray's back. And then I read it and I was like, wait.
Well, they could still call it space gray.
I mean, they could.
But what is this supposed to be? Dark gray?
Yeah, it's just dark gray. Like, it's black, dark gray, whatever. But, like, I don't know, maybe I've been, like, apple pilled. But I liked space gray as a name. I was like, that's cool.
I feel like it's
name.
It's too reminiscent of the Johnny Hive era for me. I feel like we need to move past it, you know.
Interesting.
Yeah. Okay, so now that Marquez has to board in 1 hour and 20 minutes, we got to talk about this Huawei Pura X Max Foldy Boy that they just launched.
Huawei.
Because they want to get ahead of Apple.
They want to get a... No, that doesn't work.
Yes.
They want to get Huawei ahead.
Huawei ahead of Apple. Yes, we first saw rumors and leaks of this last week, but now we have specs and pricing. It is a short boy. It's a short king, 5.4 inches cover display with 3,500 nit brightness. So very short phone. It's definitely the passport style. Short king. 7.7 inch internal display, 3,300 nits. Both support 120 hertz LTPO. It's got that homegrown Kirin 9030 Pro chip. 5,300 milliamp hour battery. Wish that was bigger. 1,300 milliamp hour battery. Wish that was bigger.
Yeah.
66 watt wired charging and 50 watt wireless charging. Wow. 50 megapixel main, 50 megapixel tele, 12.5 megapixel ultra wide. I just love that there are triple cameras. The iPhone's not going to do that, and that's really sad because I really wish they would. Supports Huawei's M Pen 3 mini stylus, so you can use it as a little notebook thing. $1,600 for the 12 gigabyte, 250 gigabyte version, 256 gigabyte version. $1,800 for the 512 gigabyte version, and $2,000 for 16 gigs of RAM and 1 terabyte of storage. Really expensive phone, for sure.
As will the rest of these be.
So, yeah, it looks just like kind of the iPhone is going to look probably, but it's got more cameras.
You left one thing out about this exciting new announcement from Huawei.
The colors?
No. Unlike most Huawei products, the Verge article, I think, that reported, whichever article is linked in the show doc, said that it is unclear whether it'll come out outside of China. So we might actually be able to get a global, quote-unquote, global minus United States version.
If it comes to, it could come to European.
Or it could not.
Or it could not.
Unclear.
That's true.
I hope it does.
You know what is clear?
What?
The thing that we do at the end of every trivia. I mean, at the end of every podcast episode.
I guess, there's not much more we can really say about this at the moment.
No. Unless there's been breaking news. There hasn't been. I don't think.
But I do need to address something real quick. Because certain video viewers may have been wondering why I'm literally decked out head to toe in Philadelphia 76ers gear. Head to toe is not an exaggeration. I've got the socks. They're on your toes.
They're on your head and on your toes.
Yes.
This man is committed.
Head to toe. And that is because... Oh my god, my leg is cramping from that move. Wow, I need to stretch more. Tonight, the Philadelphia 76ers play Game 2 against the Boston Celtics. Last game, we lost by 30 points. And I realize that is my fault. I did not do enough to cheer on this team. So for the next 15 seconds or so, this is a Philadelphia 76ers podcast. Tyrese Maxey is a dog. Kelly Oubre is a dog. VJ Edgecombe, dog. These boys are going to take us all the way to the NBA Finals, baby. And if you don't believe, you're not a friend of mine. Go Sixers forever!
I'm really sorry about that. What are we going to do when they get swept?
Bro, if they get honestly, I thought about it. I was like, how will I emotionally recover from a sweep? Because I've been through... Philadelphia 76ers fans, I will make the statement, have been through more than any other fan base in the NBA, especially in the last 10 years. The amount of insane stats that are just emotionally punishing,
every sports fan believes this about their own team, by the way.
I know, but our star player has gotten sick for 4 out of the last 7, like not injured, sick.
That's a bummer.
You know what I mean? For 4, like the fact that we continually have to play the Boston Celtics, both of whom star players we had the ability to draft and didn't.
You could be a Knicks fan.
Okay, but the Knicks owner isn't literally in the Epstein files. Like, there's just like so many things that it's just like this fan base. And then I realized
Rockets fan.
This is what being a Sixers fan is all about. Any of us could jump ship at any point, but we want the chaotic ride, baby. We want Kelly Oubre getting hit by a car 2 weeks after joining the team. Okay, we want Joel Embiid showing up. No, Kelly Oubre, please don't get hit by another car. But it's like I love you, Kelly Oubre, man. Your eyes are so beautiful. Tsunami Poppy, you're like literally my favorite guy. Please just stay off the bicycle in Center City for a little bit. What's Tim Cook's favorite soda pop?
Oh yeah. Wait, wasn't this the second question?
This was the first question.
Oh.
I don't even know sodas.
You know,
Yeah, I feel like you'd know that intrinsically, Marquez. You love K-Bob Dan Hunters.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean I name sodas. I don't know anything about sodas. Here we go. I thought of one.
Who wants to read first?
I'll read mine.
Yeah.
Orange Crush. Yeah. That's a real soda, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or Pepsi?
It is a Pepsi product, though.
Oh, really?
Because according to the Wall Street Journal, Tim Cook's favorite soda is Diet Mountain Dew. The least Tim Cook soda imaginable.
I didn't even know they made Diet Mountain Dew.
And of course, like, Andrew is not here today.
That's crazy. Wow.
All right, follow-up question. Where is Tim Cook from? This is a Tim Cook podcast today for obvious reasons.
My hint is that it is arguably the most hilarious city in America for a phone executive to be from.
Good hint.
Really?
Good hint.
I'm wrong. I can't even think of an answer for that.
I feel like that'd be Weed, California.
That would be pretty funny, but this specifically for a smartphone executive,
yeah,
be way funnier.
Flip him and read. What do we got?
I don't know. Paris, Texas.
I wrote Dallas, Texas. Is it Houston?
No. So, before I tell you how wrong you guys are, quick update on the score. Marquez with 21. Andrew with 22.
I'd like to stay at 21.
David and the lead with 26. The answer, Mobile, Alabama.
I thought I said it was the South and you guys said it wasn't.
No, you said the Midwest.
What's the difference? Where's the bar?
How far south
The
we are?
bar's in both places, actually. Famously.
Mobile. Oh, I get it.
Mobile, like, because it's spelled mobile.
Mobile.
That's pretty funny.
Alabama.
That's good, right?
That's good.
Good hint. Good hint from Ellis.
Well, we learned 2 new things about Tim Cook. Maybe next time we'll learn some new things about John Turnus, or even some other CEOs. Who knows? Could get really fun. Definitely stay tuned for your regularly scheduled programming and that bonus episode that Andrew is in exactly half of. And yeah, go watch the Apple Sign X9.
This is actually a technology jersey too.
Okay, just got the threads in it or something.
Because it's an AI jersey.
An AI.
Yeah, jersey.
No more puns, Alice.
Is that Allen Iverson?
That's Allen Iverson. That's AI, baby. All right, we'll be right back. See you next week.
Wait, real quick. Subscribe so you can turn us into one of the top podcasts in the world. Sorry, I had to do it.
I'm sorry.
Bingo. Waveform is produced by Adam Molina and Ellis Rowan. We're part of the Vox Media Podcast Network, and our intro-outro music is by Vane Sill. And go Sixers!
Let's go. Bingo.
Sick.
All right, get on your plane, guys.
All right.
Streetlight just announced the album will be out before June 12th.
Yeah, what about GTA 6?
I don't know about that.
Hey there, it's Wayfair here, where delivery and setup are as easy as a few taps on your phone. You're relaxing in an old hammock, scrolling Wayfair's app, when you spot it, a brand new patio set. Next thing you know, Wayfair delivers it right to your patio and sets it up. Ooh, you need a new grill too? Alright, Wayfair's got you covered. With Wayfair's room of choice delivery and fast expert setup on qualifying orders, life gets a little easier. Visit wayfair.com or the Wayfair app.
Wayfair, every style.
I save power on using. I don't know how this works because I use my Starlink phone charger, so I don't know how that did shit. Climate definitely, but driving cost. Interesting. Hello? Doing alright? What's up?
Yeah, I'm calling to confirm a work order that you have for tomorrow at 399 per trip in Northfield. Just wanted to call and confirm it.
At 3 p.m. you said $99 per trip. Yeah.
Okay, then do you have the stock and everything that you might need for this one?
Oh, I didn't think I needed stock for this. It was just a printer. I'm not a printer, it was just a PC reset.
Yeah, Catalina PC.
So I need to bring a PC too, not just the USB?
Okay, it says here that you must bring a Catalina PC, so I'm not really sure about that one.
I'll bring a PC just in case. I hope I don't need
Alright,
it though,
then.
but I'll bring it just in case.
Alright, thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Fucking A. I was hoping it didn't say that because then I was able to go there without bringing the PC. I bring it with me just in case, but I have to go there without it and then be like, oh shit, I wasn't told to bring that. I guess I have to come back and get a different one. And then I wouldn't come back. I would just accept my paycheck, not come back. Because I'm not going to fuck around with this shit. Because they don't like... It's a waste of fucking time. Get your mail. Yeah, of course I'm saving a minute about it. Wanted to go to the Wi-Fi here. Boom, boom. Because, Starlink should be a thing, because I have Starlink right now. Are the trees trees could be an issue, I guess. Is it on, though? That's another thing, too. I don't know if the Starlink's on. I don't see the light. I'm pretty sure it's plugged in, though. Worst case, I'll just do my fucking hotspot. Oh, this SOS, so I can't even do my hotspot. So, I would only have to rely on Starlink here. Damn. Fucking prick. Then why do you say I have data if I can't use it? Only for the maps, I guess. Guess we'll sit here until we get fucking data back. Oh, I'm angry though that fucking Tesla's doing that. You know how how sick it would be if they let me just keep driving. If they let me drive while using my Starlink without having to pay. Like $5 a month is it's plenty. I can stream Like it literally says, oh shit, you just were. Like it literally says you're connected to my phone. So you're gonna tell me you can't? Get 2 bars. You can use them, Tesla. It says you're connected to my phone. Like, let me. There you go. So that's. I don't get it. Yeah, see, I don't get it. Why do you connect but then turn off? You're literally liquid cooled. The energy. There we go. No! See? God damn it. We have 1 bar now. Fuck. Bozo.
Welcome to 9to5Mac Daily for Monday, April 27th, 2026. I'm your host, Chance Miller. We are sponsored this week by Bitwarden. Leading off today, we've talked a lot about the supply issues affecting Apple's Mac lineup, specifically the Mac Mini and the Mac Studio. Now, we've had...
Vermont sucks. I like to be extra safe because of flaggers. There's been plenty of issues. You could probably check on one of my channels, and we'll be going like almost 60 miles an hour, and it doesn't see the flaggers. So. It's good to play it safe. We gotta fix that squeaky issue again. I wish it showed cones. I think the issue is the reason why it doesn't show cones is because of a processing issue. Because it shows cones when there's no way it's 25 this entire fucking way. Please give me a speed limit sign that says not 25. There's no way it's 25. Still no fucking speed signs. Waiting for someone to come flying up behind me. This is what usually happens up here. Someone will be going like 50 miles an hour. Flying up. They don't seem to be going that fast. minutes away. No data. Oh, we have some data here. Oh, please don't be rocky the whole way. Or roads. Nah, and there goes my data we just had. Turn off hotspot. Hotspot on.
situation. Apple is completely sold out of the base model $599 M4 Mac Mini with 256 gigabytes of storage. It's completely out of stock at Apple retail stores, and Apple won't let you order it at all, simply saying it is currently unavailable for delivery. Stock of other models isn't exactly plentiful either. The Apple Store is currently quoting 6-week wait times for the 512 gigabyte storage configuration, and that's the shortest delay we could find. Multiple of the other models are currently citing 9 to 10 week shipping estimates or longer, assuming they have availability at all. The primary cause for this seems to be Apple responding to industry-wide shortages of memory and storage components, and seemingly prioritizing any supply it does have for its MacBook Air, MacBook Neo, and MacBook Pro over the lower volume desktop Macs. What remains to be seen is when Apple has an update planned for the Mac Mini. The latest reporting is that the Mac Studio isn't expected to get updated until October, but hopefully Apple will get a Mac Mini update out the door sooner rather than later, as for a lot of people, it's the gateway into the Mac
There is something definitely bristling. I just don't know what it is.
ecosystem, thanks to its $599 price point. We are sponsored this week by Bitwarden. You can get started with the powerful Bitwarden Password Manager right now, including a free plan with unlimited passwords, by hitting the link in the show notes or visiting bitwarden.com. Bitwarden helps you create and store strong, unique passwords, passkeys, and more across all of your devices, so you're not reusing the same login everywhere. It also makes things easy with autofill for passwords, cards, and identities, plus Vault health reports to help you spot weak or compromised passwords fast. With end-to-end encryption, phishing protection, and trusted security used by over 10 million users and 50,000 businesses, Bitwarden makes staying secure simple. With World Password Day coming up on May 7th, now's a great time to make sure your passwords are actually protecting you with Bitwarden. Next up today, Apple has released iOS 26.4.2 to iPhone users, and it includes a key security fix that ensures deleted notifications can't be retrieved or otherwise recovered later. Apple explains that the bug affected its notification services framework and meant that notifications marked for deletion could unexpectedly be retained on the device. The company says a logging issue was addressed with improved data redaction. Apple told 9to5Mac that it became aware of reports that some push notifications from apps are being retained on device when they should have been deleted. This essentially means that the text of a notification was still available, such as if you swiped away on a notification from the Messages app, the text that originally showed on that notification would still be accessible and could be recovered later. Apple says iOS 26.4.2 not only fixes this problem, but also retroactively purges any notification copies that had been unexpectedly stored on device. And Apple didn't say this explicitly.
Well, listen. Is it inside or outside? It's not happening anymore. Perfect. It's a good thing FSD kind of stopped and waited. said there was a dog there. There was no dog there. And if anything, you would think that was a dog over there. How have we been doing? Oh, less than consumed. Less than rated. What about current drive? Yeah, okay. So right now we're consuming less than rated. That's pretty good. Less than what the car is rated for. Sentry mode and standby. And then trips. Yeah, we're using 10 watts less than rated. That's pretty good. Even with... Starlink's still not on. I don't know. I gotta check the wire. Something could have fucking happened. Unless it's on and I don't see the LED. But I don't think Starlink's on right now. Something's wrong. I didn't touch anything in the back of the car, but... It'd be funny if it broke. Well, it wouldn't be funny, but... Just got it. That'd be crazy. 3 minutes. This is gonna be a shit show. It's gonna be a shit show. On the way home, I gotta drop off. Throw this in the post office bin. No cash to drop off, but throw this hunker trunk in the thing so it can get shipped out. It's actually good that I'm able to survive a day at 70 degrees without fucking any AC or nothing. Because when we start to get to a speed of like 50 miles an hour, it gets kind of cold. Not cold, but temp goes down. And it's not too hot in this car. There's a bug up there. It scared me. Thought it was like a crack. Man, it's a bug I'll wipe off. Not a crack, but more, you know, like a crack technique. Get out, Mark. Wipe that off. Alrighty, we're in Brandon. Roll up my sleeves here. It's gonna be hot as fuck on that roof. Hannaford's. Let me pick where to park Tesla. Please and thank you. Right here. Next to this car. You got it. leave this way. Leave this way. Thank you. It's a little bumpy. Oh, fuck me. Yeah. That's not a parking spot. Oopsie. And then I'll turn off the heat light. I need to add a temperature thing in there is what I need for temperature so we can see how hot it gets in there. Also need to add a backing up. A remote little one of those little plugs so that I can remotely turn off the heat if it gets too hot in there. It's not like today where I'm like, oh shit, is it too hot? Is it too hot? And I can't turn it off. The heat, so they weren't, but I get scared sometimes. gotta call some car places and see if I can get a quote on my tires. I'm trying to get it $100 for all four. We'll see. Right now it's like $200 for four, so even $170 is an option, but fuck no, I want $100 for four tires, same as I did last year. I know it's a different company now that runs them, but I had to call a few shops and say, hey, $100. I just... What times, though, I'm working. It's the same time as the bus is what it is. It's the same time as the bus, if not faster. So that's why I don't understand why doesn't he just take the bus home? Well, he gets headaches from the loud music. Okay, fine. They have no one else to fill in the spot. They said, well, sucks. The lady likes to blare loud music. There's nothing we can do about it. Okay. So he's been getting a ride from a special ed bus. Well, they don't have the ability to give him a ride no more. Okay. Then why can't he bike home like every other kid? I told them, and apparently I'm not the same. I said, what I would do is, I have a hoverboard. I don't have a hoverboard, but they have hoverboards. Why don't you just hoverboard home? The battery should be able to last you to hoverboard home. Why wouldn't they just hoverboard home? You know? That's what I would do. In worst case, the battery only lasts you 40 minutes and you have to walk 10 minutes home. But still, I'd hoverboard home. You're just standing there, all downhill. It's not like he's going uphill, it's all downhill. Why don't you just hoverboard downhill? I mean, that's what I would do, but I'm looked at like some person that's like fucking stupid. Like an idiot. Like I suggested, well, it's a 15-minute, walk to... It's not a 15-minute walk. Let's say it's like a 30-minute walk to George Eddy. And, he doesn't have a ride. Well, I would just hoverboard. Why wouldn't you just hoverboard, or bike, but he doesn't like biking, he's just lazy, so that's why I say hoverboard, because he stands there and doesn't do any work, I don't know. He can't drive, he's not old enough to drive. Scooter, an electric scooter. We're not going to spend money on an electric scooter, but we have bikes. We have, I think 5 bikes, at least. So, we have plenty of bikes that fit him, and helmets. I mean, if you really want, what is it, $60 for an electric bike motor? And then we can get a shitty battery on it or something, I think it's $100, I think, for an electric bike motor thing. The shitty ones that ruin your wheels, that, spin. I think that one, there you go. You could just sit on a fucking bike and go home. But I would hoverboard. I'd hoverboard. You charge it at school. You're allowed to charge it at school. So I would just hide it in the corner somewhere and charge it. Put an AirTag on it if it's lost, or bring it, to your first block and charge it. And then your first 4 blocks, I'd charge it. I mean, I don't know. I would do that shit. It's either no ride or hoverboard home. I'd hoverboard home. But, he just doesn't. He's like, well, I don't have to because it's not my problem. I'm like, yeah, but it is your problem. You're getting a ride. And I'm at work. Everyone's at work. It's not your fault that you can't drive, but you gotta be able to, I walked to fucking work. No one brought me to fucking work every day. Our brothers are able to get brought to work when they work. You get driven to work, but yet you can't fucking, I don't know. And he worked at Walmart when, that's not gonna work. That fucking chart, that chart's not gonna work. I'm telling you, it's not gonna work. I'm just telling you right now. Shit's not gonna work. I just don't get it. There you go.